All right, guys, welcome back to the Unfiltered Podcast. It's a nighttime edition today. We have 4 lovely ladies with us. It's going to be a great show. Let's get it.
Oh, no. I would have touched you with a fucking stick. Oh, my God.
Yo, baby! How y'all doing on this beautiful Thursday night? Tonight, we're joined with 4 lovely and beautiful ladies. But before we get into the show, guys, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time we go live. Guys, make sure you join the locals. In the locals, you get to see all the behind the scenes footage from the podcast, the yacht parties. You also get to see all the fighting, the drama that happens off the podcast in the locals. Guys, I just dropped some juicy, naughty stuff in that locals. I ain't gonna cap to y'all. So go tap into that. Guys, also, make sure you become a YouTube member. To do that, you need to go to our channel. You could do it on desktop or you could do it on your phone. To do it on your phone, just go to Safari. Now I'm going to describe how you do on desktop. Just follow the same directions. Click join. Once you get to our channel, there's 6 tiers. The top tier give you the best perks possible. That means top percentages for merch. You get our Instagram chats for members only, and you get our personal number to do business with us, guys.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today, man. I want to give a special thanks to the ladies that made it today. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the last survivors. We have 4 girls that didn't make it. Car accidents. Yeah. I think
we lost one at the gas station.
Yeah, one was lost at the gas station. We had one girl that forgot it was at 6. Yeah, it was at whenever she woke up.
And the other girl said, "I'm on a cruise.
I'm on a cruise for 3 days." How did you not know you were going to be a cruise when you signed up? Right, when you go on that app and you sign up, how did you not remember that you were going to be on a cruise for 3 days? It's amazing to me. I think. We had another wild. We have some. I think what we need to do is make a list of like the craziest excuses.
Ooh, yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, it's just
honestly, losing someone in the gas station is a first.
Yeah,
that was a first for me too. I got back in the car and she just wasn't there. She texted me saying she got an Uber home.
Really?
What was the reason why though?
That is.
Do me a favor. Can you turn her up a little bit, bro?
Well, I mean, she's new to Florida too, and her reason was. She was like, well, what if they're traffickers? We don't know. We don't know. I was like, they have a pretty big social
also a first.
No, exactly.
Okay, wait. So she said that what if we're traffickers?
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty valid though.
It's in Miami.
Yeah, that's pretty valid.
But like, our podcast, you guys find out by now.
And that's what I'm saying. The link on you guys' bio, the content that you guys put out, that doesn't look like it's a fake page or it doesn't look like
through the link.
She had a booty
so it was like
something.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen. After that movie that came out, what was it called? The one where they were exposing things about trafficking.
I know you're talking about
that.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It literally just came out. I'm surprised nobody knows the name of it.
I can't even think of it.
It literally was like a viral movie.
I need to go watch it.
Shit, Curtis, help me out here, bro. What was the movie called? Chat, let me know, man.
PBD was just talking about it.
Yeah, they were just talking about it. Literally, it was
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
So, but
thank you, Amanda.
But if I said something else, Barbie, all you guys would know about that shit.
Oh shit, yeah, I would see that with my girl the other day.
It's crazy, right? They know about Barbie, but okay, not Sound of Freedom. So after Sound of Freedom, which is a movie I wanted to see by the chance I didn't get the chance to. I think a lot of people are kind of on edge about that, about that type of stuff. And to be fair, in Miami, that is probably something that happens a lot. So hopefully she sees this video and she sees that we are indeed not traffickers. The only thing we traffic is
a good time.
A good time.
Don't say nothing.
We traffic a good time.
We traffic good times and good energy in the chat.
Good energy. We sit here. We meditate before the show.
Eric had that pause right there. He's like, fuck, what am I gonna say?
The only thing that we traffic is a good time over here. So shout out to her. Hopefully she comes back in the future. Thanks again, guys, for joining us today. It means a lot, man. Your constant support is just amazing. When you're a brand new channel like this and you're just starting out, you're gonna have to go through a whole bunch of obstacles, and it's just very rewarding when we see you guys on here in the chat every single day, reposting our stuff, becoming members, joining locals in Discord. It honestly means a lot. So thank you guys so much. Ladies, let's introduce yourselves real quick before we get started with tonight's show. We'll start off with you. Go
Can I
ahead.
get your name, age, and what you do for a living?
And do me a favor, speaking to the mic. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Emily. I'm 21 and I'm a barber.
Okay, you're a barber for men.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's dope.
cool.
Oh shit.
How's that going here in Miami? Is that a good thing? Like, is that
Yeah.
you make good money?
Yeah.
You do like house calls?
Mhm.
That's good.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we need that. We need
The
that.
only
We
thing
need
is,
that.
can I be honest? I don't know if I would trust a woman cutting my hair.
Damn.
That's cool.
Got any
It- it-
testimony?
That's why I have a page.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
look, Curtis
that-
will be our,
Hey, no,
our
I
test.
changed it.
Hold on.
Check
Is
the
that,
page.
does that come off as offensive to you though?
No, not at all.
Because I could see if it did. You know what I mean? It's kind of,
Yeah.
but I also would like. I have 2 kids. Like I would never trust like a man with my kids. Does that make sense? Like,
no, I
like
completely
if I'm
understand.
looking for like a babysitter or a nanny, bro, it's not gonna be a dude.
Yeah,
I
facts,
promise you that.
facts.
So it's just almost like I'm a little bit old school. I'm a little bit traditional. Like, you know, I've always had. Sounds kind of weird not saying it, but I've always had men
Cut your
cutting
hair.
my hair. You know what I mean? So
Hey, yo, Eric,
what's up, bro?
I checked their page. It's valid.
So you're
Hey.
gonna. So Curtis, you'll be the test.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do it.
I was saying I took one for the team.
So he gets like a free haircut to begin
yeah,
with.
and I do locks too. I showed him my
Oh,
locks.
oh, yeah,
That's
okay.
dope.
Yeah.
You know what? I need
Oh,
a
yeah.
haircut. I think I'll take that out. Okay. What about you? Go ahead.
My name is Luna. I'm 18 years old. I just came out of high school, so I'm still figuring things out.
Okay.
Do you want to go to college, or are you trying to go to like the entrepreneur route?
I'm trying to go to trade school, yeah, entrepreneur.
Trade school. What
Okay.
trade?
Maybe like cosmetology school, like open business.
Cosmetology. Is
Yeah.
that like face?
wanna do
Makeup and shit?
facials.
Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. In Miami, that makes a lot of money. So,
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the girls want that shit.
Yeah. Excuse me. Who are you?
Hello, guys. I'm Jules. I work with Unfilterd, and I'm 23 years old.
23 years old.
23.
Don't look a day past it. You look
She gonna
beautiful.
age.
Shout out to you. And welcome. What about you? Go ahead.
My name is Jen. You know, I do it all. I do hair.
You look like a California rapper right now.
Yeah, because I started my music career. You know, I gotta get out there.
Okay.
So I'm just doing everything that God blessed me with, and I'm making money with it. So that's just what it is.
Hey, yo, spit a freestyle.
Yeah.
All right. Just quit my 9 to 5 and went shopping. This money coming in so good. Yeah, you know I can't stop it. Getting a little adrenaline rush. Oh wait, hold on. Going too fast. I don't want to cry. Ash. Tell me what you know. About park bitches. So we know where to. I'm nervous.
Hey,
That's
that's
good.
good.
That wasn't bad at all. That was not bad at all.
I honestly wanted to give you a beat for a
We
second.
got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
No, shout out
Hey,
to
we
you.
at the
Okay.
school lunch table right now. Go ahead, give her
Yeah.
a beat.
Listen. Hey,
Yo, Curtis was like freestyle with the white noise.
yeah. It really does take a lot to like do that on the spot.
Yeah.
You know. So shout out to you.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Chat. Make sure you guys have any questions, man. Go ahead and ask it via super chats. I think the link should be in the chat as well. If you guys want to donate through Streamlabs, it helps us out a lot because YouTube takes 30% of everything that you guys send our way. Everything you guys do donate goes right back into the studio. We're upgrading as we go. So thank you guys so much. Ladies, my first question for you today, and I hope that the chat can kind of understand me on this one, is why is it that women don't care to understand men? It's something that's been bugging me lately. You know, the last few shows that we've had women that have come and absolutely just don't care. We actually had a woman last night laughing about someone that took their own life because of something that happened, and it really baffles me that women in today's age really don't care for anything that happens to men or pertaining to men. Why is that? We'll start off with you. Speaking to the mic though, please.
Okay, so I don't necessarily think that it's women that we don't care, because I think it goes a lot both ways. Like we get hurt by men, so then why do we want to go out of our way to go and show that we care for them? So like in some instances, I feel like it goes both ways. I mean, I don't think, do you see what I'm saying? Like,
That sounds a little toxic.
Yeah, you're saying because a man hurts you, you won't care to try to understand a
understand,
to
yeah.
man.
understand exactly. And if it's like the same thing, like I just got out of a relationship. Okay, it was a 3-year relationship, and that's just something that just he always would do, and it was just always reoccurring, and he never even tried. So why would I care to understand him and his emotions?
I understand what you're saying. Okay. That's fair. What about you? What do you think about that?
I feel like most women are like, for instance, some of them are conceited and feel like if they look pretty, they shouldn't have to care about men. They feel like they could get them as they are.
Okay. That's a good point. Is that it? You're done?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Why do you think that women don't care? Because let's be honest, women don't care to empathize with men. I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head where, you know, if a guy's going through something where we can go there for support.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like the suicide hotline, but that's really dedicated to anyone. And even then, I don't think men are calling that hotline.
You know that hotline actually puts you on hold.
Are you trying to say
I am not kidding, guys. That hotline
If
puts you on
that's true,
hold.
I actually don't.
Yes, that is true.
That's
Funny.
stupid.
It puts you on hold, and then they play like happy music.
Yeah.
I feel like that would anger someone even more. They'd be like, "Yo, what
Nobody
the
loves
fuck?"
me. Hangs up.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you know, I just can't think of anything. What about you? Why do you think that it is that women just don't care?
I say it's a lack of immaturity because of
A lack of immaturity?
yeah,
Or
The lack of maturity.
lack of maturity.
lack of maturity.
Okay.
So it's immaturity, I can say, on a woman's part, because you know a lot of people nowadays don't really know what it is to be like in a relationship. So you know when somebody's going through something and it's your partner, you don't even know how to talk or communicate or do anything. So when you're stuck in a position where it's just arguing and fighting all the time, like, you know, you get lost in that little, like, oh, I don't give a fuck about this anymore. You don't even listen to me. I'm not going to waste my time. And I feel like that's where that comes into play. A mature person will always come and talk about it, you know?
Yeah, I understand. Okay. So I think the reason why women don't care about men is because you guys don't need a reason to care about men in general, right? So also, ladies, when I speak tonight, I don't want you to take it personally. I'm not
Never.
speaking directly to you, but I am speaking in general. I think most women just don't care to understand men because there's nothing that they benefit from doing so.
If only they knew
Does
they
that
could
make
benefit.
sense?
Yeah,
I
there's no
agree with
incentive.
you.
Now, I like that you said that. So how would a woman benefit from understanding a man?
Like I feel like once you understand a man, you'll have less arguments, less fights, because you get to, you know, you'll be like, oh, all right, I get what he's going through. Let me just give him some space. Like once you learn to understand a man, you'll learn the cues, you know, when to be there, when not to be there. Because I feel like men need space as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can agree with that too, because like as the relationship goes on and like those fights happen,
Mhm.
fights have to happen in order for y'all guys to learn each other's love language.
Yeah.
And to find out like what works and what doesn't work, because and lack of communication is a huge thing that
Yeah.
causes a lot of that, because men want to be heard, but men don't say that either.
Exactly.
So it's like y'all don't as men, like y'all barely speak up, and I know we're probably not the easiest to talk to, but I can't name one time where a man's tried to like speak up about his feelings,
It's
or I'm
hard.
not trying to be like, what's wrong? Like,
Yeah.
talk to me. Do you see what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I feel like they shut down.
Yeah, and we shut down for a reason because women typically, when guys are vulnerable with them, you guys tend to use that against us.
Correct.
Right? So you're fucked if you don't open up because women are like, what's wrong with you? You don't open up about your feelings. And then when you open up, you're fucked if you do, because now the woman can use that against you. And you'll hear women say something like, oh, well, you know, when an argument ensues, like you'll hear them be like, oh, well, that's why you cried about this that one time. And this is why you actually have this issue. It's like you're throwing it back in that person's face. And you got to understand, like, for you as a woman to open up and be vulnerable to me, when we get mad, I'm not going to tell you, oh, well, you're weak because of this, because it doesn't matter. Like, it's seen as the norm.
Yeah.
But when a guy opens up, it's like, damn, it's really a lose-lose situation.
Okay, I see what you're saying there.
Speaking
but
to the
like,
mic, please.
So sometimes, like in my relationship, I saw my man as like Superman. You know what I mean? Like he got shit done. He got everything done. So like I guess I would forget that he has feelings too, because I thought he was just this big macho man that could take care of everything.
Yeah.
So then when he does show those emotions, it's like, dude, what are you doing? So it's kind of hard to fluctuate. It's kind of hard to fluctuate
Yeah.
between that, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean is that society tells us that we have to be strong at every single point of our lives.
Mhm.
There's no time to be weak, right? Which is cool, and we actually understand that and we agree for the most part. The problem is that, bro, there's some times where I will go into solitude and I'm like, bro, this shit's tough.
Yeah.
Right? Like this last month was fucking tough. Everything was hitting me at the same time. But I couldn't sit there and cry about it online or go to people around me and cry about it. I got so sick to the point where like I literally just was like, I'm gonna fucking figure it out. And here we are figuring it out. You know what I mean? But women, on the other hand, you guys have so many outlets, your friends, your family. You go on TikTok and cry about it. Someone's gonna show you some
That's
type of
true.
love. You know what I mean? And it's like you have so many options, and yet it still baffles me when women sit here and they're like, oh, well, you know, men have it so easy and, you know, it's a man's world. And in reality, I'm like, you have no idea what it's like to be a man. You have no idea.
I feel like you want a successful relationship, you got to learn to understand the other person. Because if you jump into conclusions, that's a problem. If you're not trusting anybody, that's a problem. So for anybody out there, you want a successful relationship, just understand your partner and don't be scared to have any conversations, even if they're hard.
Okay. All right, cool. Ladies, any questions that you have for us, please also let us know, okay? The whole purpose of this podcast is for us to get to know each other. I love the podcast when we're trying to figure out why women think the way they do, why men think the way they do, okay? Let me ask you a question. What's your body count?
Damn, you put her on the spot. God damn.
No.
Bro, switch the
Straight
whole
to it.
podcast. All right, so yeah, what's your body count?
What's your body count? Body language tells me so much too. Like,
Wait.
I can tell so much about the way she's acting. What's your body count?
My body.
You
Do you think body count matters?
No.
All right, so what's your body count?
My body count, I think it's 37.
37. You know what? I would say that I think she's being honest.
Yeah,
I think
she
she's
said
being
it was
honest.
too high for
Yeah,
her to say.
I think she's being honest because, first of all, because I caught her off guard.
Mhm.
That's number one. But number two, you can tell a lot about like she was hesitating at first whether she even wanted to say it or not, right? But the reason why I asked is because there's a reason for it. I promise, and we'll get to that. What's your body count?
Me, it hasn't changed since the last time I've been here, so 7.
7. Okay. You know what? Just for the purpose of this activity, Jules, what's your body count?
8.
8. What's your body
11.
count? 11. Okay, cool. Should body count matter in a relationship?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, and you shook your head no, right?
No.
Should body count matter? Yes or no?
No, as long as they don't have something.
Okay. So
For a woman though, not for a man. You know, like, do you feel like your body count matters? You don't think so?
okay, let me ask you this: your body count's 11, right?
Yeah.
If I was dating you, why would I want to invest into you when 11 guys were able to come into your life, and 11 is the safe number you're giving me? It could be worse. You know what I mean? Like, we have women that
Shaking
come,
her head, yes.
we have ladies that come on here and they give us little numbers,
Yeah.
and then after the show, they'll come to us and be like, you know what, you're actually super cool. I'm gonna be honest, my body counts this much, and I'm like, well, why didn't you just say that on camera? And they're like, oh, well, because I didn't want to be judged. Again, there's a reason why we're going through this, and I'll get to that in a second. But why should I, as a man, invest into you if 11 other guys were able to come into your life, take everything that I want from you, and you know they got it for free, and they literally got to, you know, they're out there living life now. They got no responsibilities with you. Why would I, as a man, see you as equally as value as someone that maybe has 1 or 2 bodies? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I feel like with my body count, like when I tell like
Yo, hold on. Yo, can you hear her, Curtis, or do you need to turn her up, bro?
You turn it up a little.
All right, I can turn it up.
Because she's
She has a
really
soft
loud,
voice.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's whispering, bro. Go ahead.
okay, so I feel like with my exes, like when I would tell them my body count, most of them would be like, okay, most of them would be like, I feel like personally, as long as you're not talking to nobody else, and I feel like if you're investing in that person also, they also still invest in you.
Okay, but here's the problem, though.
Mhm.
Most men that don't care about a woman's body count aren't really interested in investing into that woman, right? And I think that women in today's society, they confuse the fact that a guy, one, may not ask for the body count, or if a woman says, yeah, this is my body count, and a guy's like, oh, I don't care, then they're like, oh, okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter. But I'm telling you, in reality, the guy that you will want to marry eventually, because you're super young, when you meet that guy, if your body count goes from 11, which is what you said it was, to 57, right? When you meet that guy's going to want to know why your history is the way that it is. And you can sit here and tell him, listen, baby, I don't have any STDs. I'm clean. I'm this and that. But that guy will still sit here and say, cool, you might be an amazing person, a good girlfriend, but there's something about this that just isn't right to me.
Yeah.
So that argument where women are like, oh, it doesn't matter as long as you don't have anything, as long as you're honest, which, by the way, I think honesty is great. But it's not the same thing. Like, when you meet guys, I'm pretty sure you're not asking them for the body count.
No.
Okay. Why don't you ask guys for their body counts?
Me personally, I don't ask because like sometimes I would if they would ask me, but like if they don't want to open up, I wouldn't force them.
Yeah, but there's another reason why you don't ask them, because you don't care.
Also,
You don't
I don't
care.
want them to ask for mine.
Okay.
Oh.
But it's not just because you don't.
It's
It's not just because you don't want them to ask for yours. It's because there's a part of you that doesn't care.
Yeah. Also,
Because let's be honest, women care about a man's future, and a man cares about a woman's past.
yeah.
We don't care about the same things. So when women come on here and they say that we're equal, I'm like, no, we're not. We're looking for two different things,
Yeah.
right? Okay, cool. And your body count was how much again? Oh, 30. You were the big one. Okay, 37, right? Okay, so what do you think about that? Do you think as well that body count shouldn't matter?
I mean,
I'm sorry. How old are you again?
I'm 21,
21 and 37.
and I have a baby. I have a 3-year-old.
Okay, but hold on.
Sorry.
What is the baby?
What's the argument with that?
The baby helps, or like what do you mean?
Like,
The if anything, the
Because
baby
for the
helps.
longest time, I didn't trust men to be in my daughter's life, especially having a little girl in this.
Oh, definitely.
I
Yeah,
see.
definitely.
I was just, because my daughter's always first priority. I don't care.
Okay.
Like, so like I never wanted my daughter to meet the men. So my daughter was with me 24/7 all the time. So I never really had a relationship. So until I met this
Hold
guy
on.
I'm with.
But-
You mean like a
my
relationship?
ex.
No, but
Yeah.
but it sounds like you're saying that because you had a daughter, you were only having like
One night stands.
Casual sex.
well, yeah, or like maybe like short flings because obviously you're trying to protect your daughter, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, like if I was to meet you and I started dating you, that wouldn't be a sufficient enough excuse for me to validate what you did, because I'd be like, listen, at the end of the day, whether you had sex with this guy for a week or a year, it's still a body. Like I had a girl come last night and she said, body count doesn't matter. And she said, what's the difference between having sex with one guy 60 times and having sex with 60 guys? And there's an answer to that, and it's called pair bonding. Because if you have sex with 60 guys, that 61st guy is really not going to be anything special. Now, if you had sex with one guy 60 times, cool. But the second guy may be different because you've never had that many people before. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then also as a single mother, I hate to say it, but you're already kind of against the 8-ball, because, it looks like you are a good mother, but most mothers are good mothers, and, they have to worry about the men that are coming into their lives because, there are some predators out there and there's some shitty guys out there. But you're saying that body count shouldn't matter. So let's say I just met you today and we were hitting it off. We're just having casual conversation and I say, what's your body count? And you're honest with me. But by the way, I personally, not all guys, but I personally respect honesty. So you tell me your body count. I'm going to be honest. It's going to be a very big, huge turnoff for me. Your body count. It's going to be a huge turnoff. Why do you think that is?
Well, no, because like,
Into the mic,
okay,
please.
so this is like a men's world. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many bodies a guy has, right? Because a woman's supposed to be sweet, innocent, pure soul. She's supposed to be this beautiful flower. And I hate that stereotype or that like I just hate putting women and men in those two separate columns. Because like, I don't know, I've had to do everything. Like I've had to be the mom and dad and my daughter's and that. So I've had to play both parts for a very long time. So at the end of the day, it's like, why can't I just go have fun like everybody else? I'm playing mommy and daddy right now.
But you're basically answering, you understand though, right?
I do,
because
but
it's the masculine traits because you have to play the father and the mother.
That's why.
Wait,
And
can I
then
ask you a question?
you're gonna out to have sex. But hold on, so you were having sex just like one night stands because you had a child, or you saying you stopped because you had a child?
No, like I didn't want a relationship.
And that's why you were doing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
because I didn't want that.
Okay, but when you say that, why can't you just go out there and have fun? What do you mean by that?
Like why does it matter what my body count is? Why does I hate that question, because it's like, why does my body count matter so much? You found me attractive, right? You came up to me and talked. Okay, what if I killed 3 people? Like,
Yeah.
okay, you know what I mean? It's like the same thing. Like, I mean, I don't care. That's why I'm so
Hold
honest
on,
about
you
my
can't say
body
that.
count.
You can't
That
say
was-
that. Hold on.
I
You
kinda
hold on,
wanna-
hold on. You can't say that. What if I kill 3 people and then what my body count is? Those are huge differences right there. If
It
you kill
is.
3 people, that's something that's that's obviously life and death, right? But having sex with people is a choice. Like if you kill someone, I'm hoping you were defending yourself.
Yeah.
I'm hoping you were in a situation where you had no option, especially if you still have your freedom. I'm assuming that it was self-defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just casually having sex with people, that is a choice that you are making on purpose. Like you don't just accidentally sleep with 37 people on accident. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I see what you mean, but like, and also like being a mother so young, it also brought a lot of things into me. Like I was a stripper really young too. I was also brought up in that industry really young too. So
Mhm.
that also kind of formed where I came from and where I was and where I'm at now.
Mhm.
Like I went from being a stripper to I got my college degree at 19 years old.
Okay.
And it's like I got my trade at 20. So it's
Okay.
like there's not like I built from it. Like my past doesn't define me. And like
Mhm.
I am
I believe that.
made a complete 360 of
To an extent, by the way.
to an extent.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because think about it.
That's why I looked at you.
I'm a man and you're a woman, right? I went to prison. I'm a convicted felon. And I can sit here and say my past doesn't matter, but to an extent, it does matter. Like I can't just go buy a gun because there's consequences for the stuff that I did. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when I say your past doesn't define you, I do believe that in a sense where it's like you don't have to stay there.
Mhm.
Like I come from a city where there's nothing but murder and drugs, and I don't believe that because I lived there, I had to stay there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I chose to do something with my life out of that. So I believe to an extent, yes, your past doesn't matter, but on some things, it absolutely does matter. And I would say that body count is one of them. Having a felony is one of them. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like it's also like different men too. Like not all
I
not all
agree.
men care.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not the guys that you want. They do care. The right guy, he does.
let me
care.
ask you a question. Are you single right now? Okay. The guys that you want, they're gonna care.
Yeah.
The guys that want you aren't gonna care. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because the guys that want you, you don't want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The guys that want you are desperate, and so they are willing to settle. Like there's guys out there that are willing to date girls with no legs because that's all they can get. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like you can only kind of I call it it's kind of like if depending on what money bracket you make, right? Like what's your tax bracket? Like you can only, if you make this much, you can only spend this much, right? And that's kind of how I feel with guys. Like there's some very desperate guys out there. There's some very desperate guys. You have guys that will only date OnlyFans girls because they love girls that in a sense will take advantage of them. You know what I mean? Like you have those type of guys out there, but I would say out of the entire population, most guys aren't like that. And for the guys that you want, your body count is still going to matter. Now, here's the thing. I think that it's possible to meet someone that still cares about your body count and is able to look past it
Mhm.
if he sees you as valuable enough.
Yeah.
But that's super rare. You're talking about,
the minority
The
of the minority,
minority of
like
the minority.
1%. Like you're a high value woman, and then you're a minority of the high value women.
yeah. Because most guys will look at you and be like, I understand. We all did shit. But, it's kind of like if there was a damage. What's your favorite car in the world? What's your favorite car in the world? In the world. First thing that comes up to your head.
Bentley.
A Bentley. Imagine a fucked up Bentley. Someone crashed that shit 37 times.
Oh my
It's still a Bentley though. Like it's still, but and it went to the shop, so it kind of looks decent, right? It kind of looks decent though, right? But they tell you, yo, your dream car right here. This is a Bentley, but it was crashed 37 times. We kind of fixed it up a little bit because the past doesn't really matter. But you know, would you pay full price for that?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of how guys feel.
But you're basically calling me broken goods.
No.
That's literally what that's.
Well, can I be honest? In the marketplace, that's kind of how you're seen, though.
I've never heard that. I mean, I understand where you're going to a certain point, but it's like I've never had a problem with getting with or anything after saying my body count.
No, yeah, but can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So when you meet a guy and let's say you do put your body count out there, does that guy pursue you to date you, or does he pursue you to have fun with you?
I mean, I've been in one relationship for like the last 3 years, so I haven't, and I've been single for like 5 months, so I really haven't been able to.
Yeah, but the way a guy
through
pursues
that.
you, does he pursue you as I want this girl to be my girl, or is it more like a casual thing?
Well, I'm not pursuing them, so it doesn't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The way that they pursue you, because obviously I know you might not be pursuing them, but I'm saying how they come at you. Do they come at you as in like, I want to make this girl my girlfriend, or I want to have a casual relationship with her?
I mean, the last guy I was talking to, I met his parents, so like, yeah.
Why didn't you keep going?
Because no, I'm not ready.
No, that's not true.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because if a guy really wanted you, he could have you. I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm not, again, I don't know you, but I like to be honest with people. I think, like for instance, when I started dating her, like here's what happens, right, ladies? When you meet someone, right, you have all the power. And then when I fuck you, I have all the power. Because now I can leave or I can stay. Your job is to retain a man. Having sex is easy.
Yeah.
Your job is, after I have sex with this man, did I show him enough value to keep him around? That's your job. However, if I meet you tonight and we fuck tonight, chances are high that I'm not going to stick around. Even if I end up liking you 2 weeks down the street, chances are I'm still going to have a negative opinion of you, right? And also, no offense, but you're a single mother. And I always tell men not to date single mothers. Absolutely not. It's horrible. And by the way, I'm a parent. So, you know, and I say this to even my ex. Like, yo, listen, now that we broke up, you have a hard road ahead of you. Because number one, you're a mother before you're anything now, right? Like, you can't sit here and be like, oh, well, I still want to have my fun. Oh, no, those days are gone. You're a mother now, right? And number two, you can't just bring anybody around.
Yeah.
And you can't even bring anybody around just because you don't want to bring anyone around. You can't bring anyone around because I'm not going to let you bring anyone around. So now I got to deal with your kid's father if he's present, right? And even if he's not, I've dated girls before that had kids. The dad was never in their lives. And then all of a sudden I'm dating this girl, and 4 months into our relationship, the dad pops up.
Then he goes salty. He's like, nah, I can't let that.
The kid's 7 years old. And now the dad's like, hey, I want to be a dad now. So it's like you always have to, and then you got to deal with the family, because 9 times out of 10, if you're young and you have a kid, your family's helping you raise that kid. So now your mother feels like she has an input on everything. You know, your father, your sister, your brother, bro. It's just so much hard work to date a single mother. And then also, if you're a man, not only are you going to understand, but you're going to expect that kid's always going to come before you. That kid's always going to come before you. And then on top of that, if me and you are dating, do you have a son or a daughter?
I have a daughter.
I could never discipline your daughter the way I would discipline my own kid, because, you know, I discipline my kids in a certain type of way. I spank my kids if they do something bad. But you may look at me spanking your daughter as, yo, I don't like that. Or my favorite thing is, you're not the father. Oh, I love that one. You know what I mean? So it's like, in general, I think dating single mothers is a horrible idea. I think it's horrible. There's literally a lose-lose situation. That kid will never be yours. No man wants to raise another man's kid. You know, most men don't even want to raise their own kids.
That is very, very true. Okay, so I'm adopted. Okay, so like neither of my parents wanted me. And so I always got that. Like when my baby dad left me, he signed over his rights at the hospital. I haven't seen him in a while.
Okay.
So I've never had to deal with the baby daddy situation. I've never had to deal with any of that. So maybe that's why it was so easy for me to do that.
Mhm.
But like, I still don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about sharing my body count. I don't feel bad about any of that because that's made me who I am. I'm a better
Right.
person because of what I've learned through those men. I can read men way better now.
No.
Mm.
No.
And then you were asking me about that. You were
No.
like, if he would have wanted you. You said that, right? When I was like, I met his parents.
Hold on. I'll get to that in a second, but you just literally sat here and said that you're a better person because you experienced 37 guys.
No, I've got
You
to learn
still-
37 different people. Like, and
No.
I'm trying to make it sound better than what it is.
That's not.
But-
And you're failing.
I
because it's
am.
just-
because you're gonna project
I like how
everything
you're so
from your
real.
exes onto me.
No, that's not true because
Women
At
are
all.
emotional. When you get as soon as we get in like an argument or whatever, you're gonna project. You're not thinking about like, okay, let me think you're logical. Let me try to understand him. You don't care
Wow.
about that. That goes right out the window.
I gotta be honest. You're the first girl that has come on here and has said that sleeping with that many men has actually been a positive.
Because that's a way to look at it that you end up telling yourself, what I'm guessing, to make that situation better.
Okay, so
for
maybe
you.
like justifying.
Yes,
justifying.
yes,
it.
of
Yeah.
course, because
Coping
you
mechanism?
can't. Yes, 100%. Because you can't go. She can't go back in the past and change those 37 people.
Okay, you want to know my
But
body count?
but
It's about 45. But what's the difference here?
You're a
I
man.
have more bodies than you, right? Also, how old are you again?
21.
Okay, so I'm 34. We also have a little bit of an age difference, right? But why doesn't it matter for me though?
Because men, it doesn't matter anything about what men do, honestly, in the world. Y'all guys can literally do anything and get away with it.
No. This
No,
hold on.
no,
No, listen.
No.
Listen. There's one double standard that men benefit from, and it's just this one right here. It's just this. Like if okay, how about this? Based off what you said right now, give me 3 things that men benefit from in the world.
Income.
Income. Okay. So income. Okay.
Y'all guys can be like players. Y'all guys can, and that's okay for y'all.
Okay. So the body count thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me another one.
And then y'all are just naturally hard workers. It's like a scientific fact.
Yeah, but
Come on, that's
That's not a benefit.
That's not a benefit.
Okay, I don't know. Help me, guys.
I would say like the power a man has in order of strength, like that's a benefit.
Okay,
as
yeah, but
well.
that's natural.
biological.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's not.
I'm saying
society.
like in society, like give us another double standard that we benefit from.
Society. Cheating.
People would
We just
much
said that.
rather.
Oh,
body
wait.
count.
People would much
anything
rather do
sexual.
business with a man than a woman.
Yup.
Okay, yeah, but that's because it's just logical. Okay. How about this? That's a good one. Now, listen. Okay, how about this? First of all, number one, your first one was which one? Fuck, I forgot all 3
I
of them.
did too.
I think she
Um,
said cheating, and she said
The body count was number 2.
Oh, you said cheating.
Income.
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 Okay, so this is. I love when women bring up income. There's like a weird like lie out there that men just like
Make
we're
more
just
money.
born and we just make way more money than you guys. You literally just said that men work harder than women do.
Yeah,
If-
y'all
if-
guys can get paid at a warehouse job making $20+ an hour. What are we doing? We're getting paid minimum wage sitting inside somewhere.
looking
But
pretty.
listen to what you just said. We're getting paid how much? $40? Is that what you said?
No, like
Yeah.
20.
$20.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
I'm in a warehouse doing warehouse shit, which is hard work, by the way. And you just said you're inside making
doing the
$12
same
an
thing,
hour.
stacking shelves, just like doing
No,
the
you
same
can't do
you
the
just
same
said
thing.
warehouse and then
warehouse, and then working in a store.
that's
ain't
not
gonna
the
lie.
same.
No, those are 2
Yo,
different
you
things.
working inside of Target and being in a warehouse is just not the
Two
same.
different
Temperature.
things.
you know what?
No, the temper. No, you were see. Okay, see, you see.
No,
what?
a warehouse is labor work.
Do you know?
I know.
I've worked in warehouses. I know what gets done in warehouses. It's not easy work. Like as a matter of fact, it's so tough. You need forklifts to lift shit up. That's how heavy and like I remember one of my first jobs when I got out of jail was working at a warehouse for Dryer's ice cream. It's like one of the biggest ice cream companies. You're in the warehouse and it's like negative 40 degrees in there. You have to go in there with a whole suit. Like you're in this suit that's supposed to keep you warm and you're still freezing, right? And lucky for me, I like the code, but they keep that ice cream so cold because it has to be so cold by the time it gets to the stores. And I'm telling you, that's not easy work. And you can't sit here and say the people that do that get paid way more than the people that are on the computers doing the logistics, right? Those are two different things right there.
But can I also say that there's a lot of women in the warehouse field that get paid less than men
No, that's
doing
actually
the
against the
exact
law.
same. Well, no, there's been a lot of cases.
Like unless there's a seniority situation where like maybe me and you could apply for the same warehouse position, they can't just pay you less because you're a woman. That company could literally get sued for that.
Well, they can, but like no, this has happened many times where they just literally say that the man does one more thing extra, but they're literally doing the exact same job.
You just said that he's doing something extra.
No, listen,
think
it's in the
wrong.
name. It's in the name. Just because that man has that one word in there, whatever they do, they make more.
That sounds very
I don't
illegal.
think it's wrong
Highly
for a man to
illegal.
make more money than a female. To be honest, like at the end of the day, I mean, traditionally, the man's supposed to be bringing the money home, so he should be making enough for you to eat and for your kids to eat. I don't think it's wrong, and I do think that they work harder than women because we get lazy. It's a period. Oh, we're in pain. We don't want to work. Trust me, bitches don't even want to go to the gym when they're on their period. So I don't think it's wrong that men get paid more. I
don't think
deserve
it's wrong that they get paid more. I just think that like in instances where there is single mothers,
If you're
people
complaining about it
doing
though,
that-
you do think it's wrong.
Well, in some instances, yes. For especially like for me when I would be begging for like
Yeah.
help from my baby daddy or men in general, and like they wouldn't help me,
You
and I'm
said,
struggling
you said your baby daddy wasn't even in the picture after the baby
Mm-mm.
was born. So why would you ask for help?
because I was struggling. I was young.
Okay.
But
But didn't you guys both agree for him to sign the rights away?
No, that was his decision.
Yeah.
Okay, but when
but-
that paper got signed, you were in that room, correct?
No,
well, you
they
weren't.
did it
Can you
in
do
court.
that?
Yes,
I don't even know, bro. I've never been in that situation.
They have to go to court and they have
Okay,
to sign
on-
over in front of. the
Okay,
court.
but also you could do something that your kid's father couldn't. You could go to a strip club, make anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 a night, and as a man, I'm sorry, bro, no offense, but you're not making that a night. And I sure as hell, if I go to a strip club, I can't make that a night.
Fact.
I don't even care, bro. I can go work at a gay strip club,
I still,
and I really don't think I would make that a night.
that's
Right?
I don't know those. Gay strip clubs, they be making way more than the
Oh,
normal
well,
strip
yeah.
clubs.
I wouldn't know. So,
But yeah, but what I'm saying is this is the society, and even then you're talking about what's the ratio between men's strip clubs and women's strip clubs? It's not even close.
way more women.
It's not even close. So what I'm saying is society makes it very easy for women to succeed,
Mhm.
and yet you guys sit
For
here.
women to be sexualized and succeed.
Yeah, that's 100%
Hold on.
true. How
Hold on, the strippers are sexualizing themselves.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Because
no.
no one pushed you in there. Like
Yeah,
I know your friend was talking about trafficking and all that, but nobody pushed you in there. You went in there yourself, so you can't sit here and say that the men are sexualizing
No, but that's
you.
what I'm saying. It's easier. It's making society makes things easier for women to sexualize themselves, so we can make a lot of money.
But that's a benefit from
I'm
you.
sorry.
But that's because mainstream media nowadays love to talk about how girls make so much money on
Yeah.
OnlyFans, how girls make so much money being a stripper. Now, young girls are growing up, going on TikTok, seeing how a stripper has a good life and she
Mhm.
makes money, or how an OnlyFans girl has a good life and she makes money. Nobody is pushing women to actually have stable jobs. They're honorable. Nobody's pushing them to do that. Mainstream media nowadays is telling girls to go shake their ass, and that's becoming normal. So yes, they are over sexualizing women. However, that comes back to you. That is your choice in the end of the day. So people can say, and you can see this all day for however long you want, but it goes back to your morals and your standards. Are you willing to do that for that money, or are you gonna go and you're gonna work harder, even though you're not gonna be living that life, even though you're not gonna be having that money? Are you gonna go the opposite way to keep that for yourself, or are you just gonna go fall for it?
Yo,
A
you
lot of
on
people fall
point.
for it.
You on
no,
point.
and I completely understand where you're saying that because that's where like I got stuck. That's why I had to get out of it. Like it
Yeah.
took me a year to get out of stuff like that.
And a lot of girls that go on it takes a while for you to get out, because now you start living a lifestyle that
Fast
you
money.
you just can't afford if you don't stay there.
Exactly.
You
Do me a
have to
favor, put the
maintain
mic-
it.
face the mic towards
That-
you, please. So you. Yeah.
That was my hardest thing, honestly, was humbling myself after that. Because like after you will go from making all of this money and then you want to,
Mhm.
because like my daughter, she's
But
on
can I ask you
social
a
media
question?
now.
Can I ask you a
Yes.
question? What'd you do with all that money? Why not save it?
I did. My daughter has a savings account.
Okay.
I paid off my vehicle. My daughter has everything. Like
I'm glad you had goals at least, because a lot of
Yeah.
girls don't.
and like I can't even touch her account until she can touch it when she's 18. Like if
Okay.
I'm down bad, I
Mhm.
can't touch it.
Gotcha.
Like I've done
That's
like
good.
a lot.
Okay, so you were smart enough to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, and we can move on after this. What my point was is just very unattractive for most men. Now I'm sorry, you'll have the guys that will come to you. This is why OnlyFans is a big thing, because there's so many guys out there that are so desperate. They'll talk to any girl. There's guys that will pay $500, $1,000, $10,000 just to have a girl FaceTime them.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me. I couldn't do it. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? You could easily donate $10,000 to this fucking podcast. We hook it up some more.
But I think the
A
guys,
whole bunch of
the guys
upgrades.
that do that, it's because if they knew that money wasn't involved, they wouldn't be able to get to those girls
Yeah.
if they weren't offering something in return.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
No,
understand that.
100%. That's why they offer so much.
No, yeah,
Like-
100%.
Like-
Well, back to the main thing that you were saying earlier is that we were talking about. I said if the guy wanted to keep you, he would have kept you.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Is that if a guy really wanted to be with you, women choose who has sex, and men choose relationships. So if that guy really wanted to be with you, then he would be with you right now.
No, because I don't want a relationship like at all.
Why?
Like,
Why did you break up with him?
huh?
Why did you break up with him?
We weren't together. It was just we were friends. Like that's all I wanted.
Oh,
And then he
that's
was
what
like
I-
pushing on meeting his family. I was like, I'll
That's
meet
what
your
I
family.
mean.
That's fine. And then he kept pushing on like, okay, we need to go on this. We need to do this. I was like,
He was desperate.
no.
He- that guy was desperate.
You just said he was pushing. He had to be
Yeah.
desperate.
You think it's
Yeah,
desperate or
like-
you really like
no,
her?
that guy was
Nah, that
desperate.
desperate.
Because
Let me-
You
no,
gotta-
no,
first of all,
hold on.
you gotta pass certain tests to even meet my family.
Listen, when
Exactly. That was the first red
when
flag.
me and her met, I never once came out my mouth like, yo, I don't give a fuck about family. As a matter of fact, the only reason why I met her family was just out of respect. Like, I don't give a fuck about family. I believe that, like, we're family. You know what I mean? Like, my own family, I'm starting my own family. I don't really care to depend on other people. I'm very independent. You know, like, I don't care about. But I'm saying is, like, most guys, those type of guys, the women will come to those guys and say, I want you to meet my family because that's how important you are to me, right? The guys that are begging to meet family and all that, those guys aren't really the guys that you want. That guy is not the guy that you really wanted. The guy that you really wanted, if he really wanted to be with you, you would be with him right now. Right now.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think your upbringing and you being around, I guess, that stripper life was what made you get to those bodies? Like, do you think you would have that many bodies if you didn't go that route?
I don't know because I just feel
Into
like
the mic, please.
I don't know because I don't know. I believe that like we're like human. We're here to like love people and like it doesn't matter. I just feel like we're here to love, and I feel like everybody has different stages in their life for different people.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning of my life, I wasn't really good at relationships. So, and now that I'm getting better at it, like it's just everything's getting better. I don't know how to say that, but I don't know. That's a hard question. I feel like it probably wouldn't be as many,
Okay.
but like, yeah, I'm sure that has some to do with it.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for being honest. I really appreciate
Yeah, the
that.
chat appreciates the honesty because
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
takes
fix this camera.
it takes you being brave to share something like that. A lot of girls come on here and they lie, and everybody knows that they're lying. But for you to sit there and actually own up to it and be like, yeah, I have grown for that, and I have learned, and even though it's not the best experience for you to have learned that, it takes bravery to be able to sit there and actually talk about those things. So that's
Yeah, and you still don't
thank
what you believe. Like, shit, you still don't believe it matters.
No.
You think it matters to guys at least?
Oh yeah, I think it matters to y'all, but then it's like, what? Why?
But see, this is
Like,
this is why I started the podcast the way I did, because I literally said, why is it that women don't care to understand men? Because he just asked you a question where he said, so you still don't think it matters, and you said no, and then he said, do you think it matters to guys, and you said yes. But as long as it doesn't matter to you, you don't care that it doesn't matter to guys.
I mean, the right one for me won't matter to them, and I know that.
See, and that's another problem that I have.
have.
Because then what you do is you say the right one for me won't care, but then what you're doing is you're making your dating pool smaller, because there's actually right guys out there for you that do care. You just can't have them because of the decisions that you made. Does that make sense? It's like me saying, God damn it, I hate trying to break it down for women because this is it's common sense, right? It's like saying I murdered 3 people, right? I literally murdered 3 people, and then I get like they found out I murdered 3 people. I go to prison. Now let's say because this happens for some reason when shit like that happens, like you go to trial and girls really fall in love with these killers. It's so weird, right?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
And then what if I'm like, well, the real girl for me is just gonna accept and be okay with the fact that I murdered 3 people.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't sound logical from that standpoint to say the right one for me is going to be okay with the fact that I have this past. It doesn't sound right.
Okay, it doesn't sound right when you put it in that way, but like,
but why do I have to break it down for women like that in order? Hold on. Why do I have to break it down for women in order for you guys to digest it? Like why? Like this is common sense. Like if you were a man, you wouldn't want to be with a woman that has 60, 80 bodies. It would literally disgust you because you would look at this woman and say, you're supposed to be pure to an extent. Why didn't you value yourself? And now all of a sudden I'm supposed to invest my everything into you and value you, even though you didn't value yourself. Does that make sense?
it does, but then that also can go back to like childhood trauma, PTSD, and all of that stuff that can relate. Like a lot of
That's
people's
worse.
exactly.
You come with that baggage, that nigga not gonna want you.
No, and that's why you have to work through it through yourself. I mean, can you say that last part again? What did you say? You said
what I said was why is it okay? Like why do I have to break it down in order for you guys to understand that this is common sense? If you didn't value yourself, why should I value you? Like marriage is supposed to be a sacred thing, right? Do you guys believe in marriage?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Yes or no? Are you guys religious or do you believe in
Yeah.
God? Yes. Okay. So I personally don't, right? I don't believe in marriage and I really don't believe in God, if I'm being honest. So, but in the Bible, even in the Bible or whatever religion you think, like marriage is supposed to be sacred.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere in the Bible does it say, go meet the sluttiest chick you can with the highest body count
Same thing for
and
girls.
build your home future around that woman. Like
Mhm.
no
Can I
one.
say something?
Uh-huh.
Everybody in the Bible that God saved or whatever, and that was a part of his group, was a drunk. There was a rapist. There was everybody in the Bible that God has saved.
But
there was
those were the
something wrong
disciples.
with him.
But those people weren't getting married to each other. And
Some of them were. What about the wife that was
no. I'm
raped?
talking about the
What that gotta do with
disciples. I'm
marriage?
talking about the disciples. You're talking about the disciples, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm talking about like everybody in the Bible, like everybody that he saved in the Bible. There was something wrong with them. Like they were either a raper, they were a killer, they hit people. Like
It's part of
everybody.
life.
Yeah, but I don't
Exactly,
think
and
a
he
regular
saved
man
them.
should be compared to a god.
Look,
Just
I wanna
because
compare
God
them to
forgives
God.
sins doesn't mean.
I'm not
I think I know the point you're trying to make. What
Yeah.
you're trying to say is that he went. I'm not Jesus though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm not
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's what I mean.
Right? So like I'm not the Jesus. See, here's the thing. Because now you're talking about religion. You're talking about life after death, right? I don't care about that. No offense. I'm trying to get married for this life, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not Jesus. Like Jesus is worried about your soul. I'm worried about my future. I'm worried about my kids. I'm worried about
What's going on right now?
going on in this world. So I see what you're saying, but I'm saying in general, like even in the Bible or the Quran, whatever, I'm pretty sure that these religions saw marriage as a sacred thing.
Very sacred.
And nowhere on, and as a matter of fact, virginity was actually a thing in those books.
Mhm.
Like being a virgin was supposed to be like a high thing, like high esteemed, right? In today's age, being a virgin means nothing. No one wants to be a
Sadly.
virgin.
Well, girls don't, but guys still value it.
Guys, so
They'll pay millions.
So guys never changed. Guys never changed. We've stayed the same. We still want virgins. But the women are like, fuck no, I'm gonna fuck 80 dudes and you're gonna take me as I am.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're a misogynist.
You're insecure.
And
You know, it's pretty fucked up.
Think about that for a second. Listen, I date you, right? And I take you out to dinner. Let's say we go to I don't know, some fancy restaurant. There's a chance that one of those 37 dudes might be out there. There's a high chance of that. That's embarrassing for a guy like me. Does that make sense? Like I'm trying to get you guys to understand how men think.
Okay, and I understand how men think to a certain point, and I get that. There is a chance that 37, whatever, they could be out there. Okay, and if that, I understand what you mean. Like I do, I get that, but like I'm still to the point where it's like, okay, that was at a different time in my life.
Mm.
We're two different people. Like I was at a different time in my life. We have different morals. We have different this. So like even if we were to go on, like I don't even know what I'm saying. Hold on, let me think real quick.
No, let me stop you right there. Somebody on the chat said that was Jack. God doesn't have to save good people. So yeah, they will put in the book all the bad people he saved as a form of hope for everyone who has committed those sins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's a
agree with
really
that.
good point. That's a really good
Yeah.
point.
And
right
Lord
there.
Peachy, he dropped a super chat asking about watching his video on Insta. And I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, pull it up, brother. Guys, if you have any super chats, man, go ahead and send them out.
Super chat, super
Yeah,
chat.
any questions you guys have for us that you want us to answer, go ahead and super chat that as well. Yeah, like I said, I'm not Jesus. I'm not here to forgive, but I do. You're making a good point. Let's say, shit, how old are you?
21.
21 with 37 bodies.
It's a little-
There's no, see, I was going to say, like, if there was a big time
And
frame.
but it was
No,
women
dude,
and men.
If you're, but,
Oh, you counting women
okay,
in there?
but,
Yes.
but if you're 21,
Those
that
don't
means
count.
that
Women don't count.
Not in
okay,
they world.
but if you're yeah, but see now she could just be like, oh well, then it's 8.
No,
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, if it's 37, that was fairly recent. Like you're talking like this was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
'cause you're 21.
And,
Okay,
and
no,
think
but
about the
me
fact that you
and
had a
my-
kid, so you had to be
I was
pregnant
in
for
a
9 months.
relationship for 3 years. Okay, so me and my ex, we would have threesomes with other girls together.
Okay.
But yeah, those
so you're
don't
counting
count,
those
though.
bodies?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you,
so
but
that
you,
was
So,
something,
take out the girls. What was
you-
your body
I
count?
don't know. I have to write
Yeah.
that.
Was it over 10?
Probably.
It's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
over 10.
Yeah.
And 3 years ago was what? 17? My bad, 18. So it was before that.
well, you got to think she was also pregnant for a year, so well, yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
so you started young.
yeah.
So basically, all those bodies. Are
I mean,
like
look, let's keep
16,
it honest.
17.
Let's keep it honest. Everybody in this table
No,
has had sex.
Of course.
Yes, of
Everybody has had
course.
sex.
I didn't. When I lost my virginity, it wasn't consensual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you think that had a big reason for how you ended the way you did? Because I feel like a lot of times women that go through those type of situations, they end up being a lot more sexual,
Yeah, hypersexual.
hypersexual.
That's crazy how life works. Like you go through some trauma like that, and it'll just make you want that shit more.
That's
It's
your
wild.
psychological trying to make yourself feel better about something like that happening to you. Because
Crazy.
now you want to, since you weren't in control of that situation back in that time,
Mhm.
now you want to make yourself in control of it.
Of every
So
single
you
time after
switch.
that.
Yes, exactly.
Damn,
so
she's
that's
dropping
it.
gems.
So that's a
Jules is
psychological.
Holy shit.
Right.
Okay, shout out to you.
Yeah,
I've
shout
been
out Jules.
studying, y'all.
Okay, cool. Now for you, wait, what's your body count? You didn't give us your body
Yeah, I
count.
told
you
you it
know.
was
What was it?
7.
Oh, 7?
Mhm.
You believe that?
You can believe what you want. I know what I know.
I don't know.
You don't know. What's your body count?
Somewhere in the 30s.
In the 30s? And you're
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
That's high, bro.
Yo, I got a question for y'all
Like,
parents.
shit.
For my parents?
No,
I don't have parents.
no. For like you guys who are parents.
Okay, cool.
Like do you see yourself making your family bigger, like with a different person? Same thing for you.
I need you speaking to the mic though.
Do you see yourself in the future maybe having another kid?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
easy. But see, it's harder for women because, like, bro, like think about it, right? We're both parents.
Yeah.
But she has to live with her daughter.
Yeah.
I'm a parent too, but I'm building now still
Mhm.
because I understand that my kids are with their mother.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way that it. Now, if my kid's mother was a fucking shitty ass mom, obviously I would fight for custody, right?
Of course.
I'm lucky enough that I chose, mind you, I chose who to have kids with,
Yeah.
and I chose a good person, and I know she's a good mother, and she takes it very seriously, and I know my kids are good,
Mhm.
right? But a lot of people have kids with people they don't want to have kids with,
Yeah, fine.
you know. So, and I would say that a lot of women do that shit. I think for the most part, you know, it's out of our control. Like men don't decide who if you get the
I'm sorry.
like
Chat going crazy.
like the men don't get to choose. Like if me and you had sex tonight, what was your name again?
Emily.
Emily. If
Mm-hmm.
me and you had sex tonight and you got pregnant, right? Guess who gets to choose who has a baby or not?
You.
Emily gets to choose.
Yeah, Emily.
Well, why? We
Because
equally
she's the
fucked
girl.
each other, right?
Mhm.
Right?
I'm carrying it.
Because you're carrying it.
I don't agree with that. I think a man should have say so
Always.
because
Okay, but if it's your body, how do I have say so?
that was you inside of me. Like like we just created something together. I feel like you were inside of my body, so I feel like we both have I don't want to say
say-
rights. That's not the right
I
word.
say-
Okay, let me ask you a question.
But
If me and you
ain't no
had sex
discussion.
and you got pregnant, and I said I don't want that baby, but you wanted that baby, you wouldn't have the baby?
I mean, I'm against abortion, so I would
yes or no?
probably have the baby.
But I
But you
get,
just
hold on, but can I
But
sound my right to me?
hold on, no.
Oh my God.
Okay, I see. If I didn't want to have the baby and you wouldn't have the baby, would you abort the baby?
No.
She don't
You
believe
literally
it.
just argued that I
yes,
should
yes,
have a
sorry.
choice.
You should.
You're
That's
literally,
hard.
you're literally
I think-
contradicting
no,
yourself.
I am, because at first you were like, yeah. So I was like, okay, yeah, he's gonna want to
Well, I
keep.
wanted to know your answer for both ways.
That's hard.
Because what I'm okay. So
Because
he-
I'm
so,
gonna
no,
have to
so
be the
what
one
you-
to live with
what,
it.
What you just I get to
Look.
live with it too. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
What you just proved is men have a choice as long as I agree with it.
Facts.
But if I disagree with it, no,
Uh,
you don't have a choice, and that's literally the reality that we live in. And this is
yeah.
and it's very unfair, but yet women sit here and cry all day long talking about they're oppressed and men make more money than we do, and you guys can have sex and no one judges you. And I'm saying it's a fucked up world for men out here.
Mhm.
Fucked up world.
Mhm.
This is why men lead the suicide rate. Like, it's not even close. Super bad. Okay, do you agree with everything that we're saying, or you disagree?
No, I agree.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. You disagree with anything at all?
No.
No.
So you think all your body counts came from like immaturity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you would you know what, I can't even ask that because I don't feel like women are dating to marry into
I
today's
agree.
age.
Right now, I have a boyfriend. We are dating to marry.
Sorry,
Oh,
speaking
you
to
want
the
to
mic.
marry your man?
Yeah.
What he do for you? Let me see. Let's see if he makes a cut for a man who
He take care of me. He
Like-
provide
with
Hmm?
provide you with.
money.
Okay.
Just money.
Yeah, he care for
Can
me.
you switch the mic towards her, bro? She's speaking to
What
the
else?
side of it.
He take care of me. He makes sure I'm okay. I feel like he's everything that I want in a man.
Yeah, and what is that?
Somebody that's loving, caring. Also, he like deals with like my sensitivity. Like I'm
Okay.
sensitive.
So go with your emotions.
Yeah, he agrees with the fact like women should be at home cooking,
Okay.
taking care of the kids, like nurturing basically, and like the men provide. So like that's why I love him the most.
Okay, tradition.
Perfect. Would you say that you love him unconditionally? Unconditionally?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
So like if
So
he ain't had no
so-
money.
So wait, you don't work right now, right?
No.
Okay. If he lost his job
Mhm.
and he lost his job for 6 months, he couldn't pay bills anymore. Would you still love him the same?
Yes, I would.
But
Okay.
remember, you guys haven't paid your mortgage in a while. Like, you guys are about to get evicted. You still love him the same?
But
I
he's
feel
broke.
like there's always a way to find money. If anything, I could go out there.
I'm telling you, there's not always like
Mhm.
I can't find money. It's funny. I can't find money unless I work for it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So there's not always a way to find money. Like, you have to really go out there and work. So you're saying that you would leave your family now to go work to be able to pay the bills?
Yes.
Okay. And if he wasn't able to find a job for a whole entire year and you had to take over all the responsibilities, you would still love him the same? Yes or no?
Realistically, I don't think it would take a year.
Okay, yeah, but
Okay.
hypothetically speaking, would you still love him the same?
No.
Why not?
You wouldn't
said
hold it down?
you just-
I'm being honest. I'm
Okay,
being
no, and I
honest.
appreciate the honesty, but where does the unconditional part come from if there is conditions?
I feel like the fact that he agreed to provide, and like I agreed to nurture.
We keep
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah, but when-
Hold on. We keep turning the mic towards her. And she
I'm
keeps
sorry. I'm
going
sorry.
to
I'm
the
sorry. I'm
side.
sorry. Mhm.
Okay, so that is a condition, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when you say you love him unconditionally, I'm telling you that's not unconditionally.
I mean, I wouldn't say I would love him the same. I feel like I wouldn't look at him the same. More of,
Okay.
Do you think
So
the
you would
word restaurant-
respect him less.
not really. I would still respect them, have the same respect, but it would be like, it's like, do you really want to like go out there and find a job? Because like up to a year,
Yeah.
that's long.
I understand
Yeah.
that, and I'm not saying you should do that
Yeah.
if it happened,
Mhm.
because you're a woman. I have a daughter. Trust me, I think a woman should be taken care of.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, typically, like that man right now, he's providing for you, right?
Yeah.
He's paying your bills.
I don't have bills.
Okay, well, if you had bills, I'm pretty sure he'd probably pay them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is, he's loving you to an extent unconditionally.
Mhm.
Now, I personally think men shouldn't do that unless you're married,
Mhm.
right? Then I feel like you should pay for everything for the woman because she's your wife. That's your woman, right?
Mhm.
But I think for me, like, if I'm married to her, right,
Mhm.
and she stops giving me sex, bro, that's probably like one of the conditions where like
Yeah.
you know we gotta break up. You know what I mean?
Out the door.
Or if you know if she gains weight, you know, cool. I could deal with some shit. We got one of the most expensive gym memberships, and we don't even go, by the way.
God damn. I got charged. Like 2 days ago.
I get charged too,
Yeah.
bro.
And he get charged twice.
I get charged twice for both of us. But what I'm saying is like I could deal with certain shit, but like there's certain things I couldn't deal with, like keeping sex away from me, or just getting obese, like you know, certain things like that. But for the most part, I would say that men do love women unconditionally because we don't really give a fuck.
Aren't those conditions?
Yeah, but I just said, I literally just said that. I said if it has to be like the extreme, right? If you're not fucking me and you're my wife, there's a fucking problem with that,
Yeah.
right? But other than that, and you know this because we've been dating, I never wake up and I'm like, yo, you have to do this, this, and this for me to love you. Like I don't say that. But if I was to stop making money, or if I, you know, granted, I think she would stick with me for a while. But there's no way she's sticking with me for a year, 2 years plus. There's no fucking way. And neither would I want her to stick around for that long. Does that make sense? It doesn't make any sense for her to stick around. What I'm saying is, in general, I think men do love unconditionally. And I think women for sure. There's a saying that says men fall in love and women fall in business. Because as soon as a man starts making money, all of a sudden, you know.
I feel like, Eric, sorry to cut you off, but like if you really think about it, when you meet that person, it's not that person that you're gonna see if they're going down bad, right? So it's like what you signed up for isn't what's happening. As long as you available to change and be, you know, ready for the change that is coming with that in that partner, then I feel like, you know, is whatever. But I feel like that's why that really happens. That people like separate because of that. It's like, you know what I signed up for. Like you said, your shorty was flat, skinny when you got her.
Yeah.
She get obese. You don't want
Mm-hmm.
Yo, do me a favor. Do you want to go over some of these chats, man? I want to get to the chat, man. It looks like they're going crazy.
Curtis also gave me a fucked up charger, guys. So if I'm not on the chat, it's because of Curtis.
Gotcha. Okay. shout out to Curtis. All right, you want to go over some of these chats real quick? Go ahead.
Yeah.
You can start them too, bro, if they're like super funny or they're good questions. Or these guys, you can just super chat, you know. If you guys super chat, that'd be great too. That way they just highlight and we can get straight to them. All right, go ahead, bro.
We got Lord Peachy. Oh my gosh, she's lacking critical thinking.
Yes. Shout out to Peachy. Ladies, do you think most women lack critical thinking? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Is it fair to say then that you guys are dumber than men?
No.
Yes or no? No.
Impulsive.
Are you dumber than men? Yes or no?
You could.
You could say that.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about you? Dumber than men? Are women dumber than men?
No.
Most women? No. You just said you lack critical thinking, though.
That's me, but not women.
Well,
So you don't think
we're
you're
saying in general.
In general,
Do
yes.
most women lack critical thinking? Yes or no?
No.
If you study.
No, I think most women do lack critical thinking.
Yeah, I do too.
I just feel like it's such a harsh thing to say because you don't want to go like
You're
as a woman
stupid.
because
I
you don't
mean,
want to
I
go
know for
against
myself,
women.
I do,
But
I don't know. I've met a lot of really, really like amazing.
yeah, that's what I'm
women,
saying. As a
so-
woman, you don't want to go against women. So you're gonna say, no, I think most of women are actually smart, blah blah blah. But in the back of your mind, you know that there's a bunch of your friends that lack critical thinking as well.
Okay, how about
One
this?
of
How about
them.
this? How about this? Ladies, do you think men lack emotional thinking? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
critical emotional thinking.
100%.
Okay,
A little
cool.
bit.
I also think that men lack emotional capabilities. Like we suck
Emotional
at it.
intelligence. Yeah.
Emotional intelligence. I think we suck at it.
Mhm.
Is it wrong for me to say that? No, it's the fucking truth.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for going against men because it's the truth. Like I'm just gonna say the truth, and that's the difference between men and women.
Yeah.
Like right now, that's critical thinking. I'm thinking critically. I'm thinking this is logical shit. You guys are sitting here in your feelings talking about no, you know, there's some women, there's like 3 women out there that have critical thinking, and I'm saying in general, most men lack emotional intelligence, right? And it's just the truth. Now, are we logical? Yes, we're
Look
logical.
over here, baby.
But yes, look
over
at us,
here.
please. So what I'm saying is, and listen, there's nothing wrong with that, ladies. There's nothing wrong with being honest. Okay, so everybody here agrees that women are dumb, right?
Yeah.
See, that's gonna get
harsh.
clipped. That's gonna get clipped, and it's probably gonna go right. You hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
So you, Emily, what's your last name?
Divine.
Emily Divine. So you agree that women are dumb, correct? Perfect. There you go.
It's so hard.
Somebody,
It's so
somebody
hard.
clip that. I'm just kidding. I'm picking.
She's like hiding her face.
I'm just picking on you. I'm fucking around. But listen, there's nothing wrong with just being honest, ladies. It doesn't mean you're the dumbest thing in the world. No, I'm just saying, like, compared to men, yes, you guys do like critical thing. That's like me saying, are most women weaker than men physically? If you guys sit here and say, well, there's 3 women out there that are absolutely fucking strong, I'm like, okay, cool. There's a few women out there that maybe outpower some men.
Yeah.
But typically, in general,
Yeah.
most men are stronger than women.
Oh, 100%.
And there's nothing wrong with admitting that. That's just common sense, right?
So to make yourself look better with the women, what are some things that women are better than men?
Okay, cool. You want to do that? I think women are better nurturers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think women are better... Shit, I was going to say cooks, but that'd be wrong.
Yeah.
Most
Best male
best
chef
cooks
is
are
a man.
men. I think women... You know what? Let's make this fun. I think women give the best head. I think women are the best cleaners.
We have natural sewing skills.
Okay, that's I think women argue the best.
Oh, definitely.
I'm giving you guys.
So that means they're
some
better
good
lawyers.
You on point, Eric.
Yo, I said that the other day. I said, yo, I would take a woman lawyer over a guy.
Yeah,
Yo,
women's are better lawyers.
They'll get
Yeah,
that dirt real
I
quick.
do that too. I would take a woman lawyer over a guy. Bro, we're gonna be hated by men for saying this shit. No, it doesn't matter because we understand we're logical thinkers. Like first of all, the reason why I would prefer a woman lawyer is because first of
Somebody
all,
said better fashion sense.
you know what? Yeah, I'll give them. I'll give them
Men
that
can
too. Yeah.
dress.
That's
Men-
debatable. The top designers are
women
men.
spend more money than men. See, I'm giving you guys
Yeah.
good, but none of the shit that I'm giving you actually matters in the actual world.
Yeah.
Like
It
besides
doesn't benefit society.
besides spending money, that actually really does help the economy. But other than that, like,
but they're spending the men's money.
oh yeah, it belongs to us. Shout out to you for pointing that out. I mean, I guess there's really nothing that women do better than men, if we're being honest. Besides,
a bunch of things.
well, yeah, but they're not really important, right? Like everything else we can do for ourselves, bro. If you took all the women from today's world and you just hid them in Alaska somewhere, like we'd be able to survive with you guys for a very long time.
I feel like y'all find a way to find us in Alaska and
yeah, we'd
be like, okay, now we gotta reproduce.
yeah,
You know,
we gotta
let's make the world-
reproduce. Like we'll just bring you
Yeah.
guys back, reproduce, and then send you back. You know what? That's a good fucking idea, bro. Just thinking about that shit makes me feel like, yo, that's actually a pretty good idea. Because too many people. Because the one thing that
No,
a
y'all
woman
be
offers a
stupid.
man that we cannot get from anything else is that
Emotion.
company, bro.
Yeah.
That company, like having a woman's company, is like you can never get that from nobody else. I
I
will
agree.
say that. So yeah, there you go. Women are good at one thing.
She
She doesn't like me very much. Look, she doesn't like me very much at all, bro.
It's just the nurturing. I can't think of anything else.
Okay. Do me a favor. You want to get to some other chats, or if Jules has some chats that she wants to read, she can go ahead and read them as well, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got Cream says people period lack common sense.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I would listen. I think the reason why people think that we are against women is because we don't talk about men that much either. But
Yeah.
there's some stupid men out there too, bro.
Yeah, we got
Right.
Kirby in the chat. He
Absolutely
says,
stupid.
"Do you think this generation of men are smart?"
Okay. I'm not his generation. He's younger than me. His generation,
I take that.
I would say there's like some obviously smart guys.
Yeah.
Every
But
generation
that's the
has
outliers.
every generation has smart people. Let's put it there.
Mhm.
Every generation has good people. But his generation, the TikTok generation, oh my god, bro, they're dumbing them the fuck down.
I don't
bro.
understand how they can make money just saying stupid shit on TikTok. Like how, bro? Like I just look at that and I'm just like, my brain is fried, bro.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah, they're dumbing and think about it. Like AI's coming out, computers
yeah.
are taking over. People are losing. Like I remember back in the day, bro, when I was younger, I remember seeing adults pulling out maps
Oh yeah.
to see how to find the thing, and then GPS came out, and then Your-
Nobody knows how to look at a map anymore.
your phone has Waze now, and
Oh, yeah.
and maps and
It makes it
bro,
so simple for
if
us.
you take a map and ask someone to find something, they won't even know how to do it, bro. Like we're losing the ability to do the normal things.
Mhm.
because-
Survival things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just dumbing us down. Everything's at our fingertips now, so you don't actually have to understand it and know how it works.
I think if you went in the street and you tried to get, like, you went up to 20 people and you said, start a fire.
Nah.
Good luck, Charlie.
Shit,
Nice.
if you ask them what tools does it take to start a fire, they
All right. Any other ones, or do you want to read them? You got some? You want to read the chats? Go ahead.
Let's see. Better fashion.
Shout out to you guys too, by the way, for being honest. We appreciate it. Anything?
Somebody said, I never heard a girl say that they can change the oil and brakes on my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question.
I would be willing to bet money that no girl on this table knows how to change brakes and on their own
I
car.
can't change.
I can
brakes.
change the
I
tire.
can change my tire.
I didn't say
know
that.
I can change my oil.
Okay, wait. I didn't say. I said the brakes.
Oh, the brakes.
I said the brakes.
Nah.
they just all listed. Yeah, I could do this. I could do
He's
this.
changing the oil when you put more oil in the thing, right?
Yeah, but then you have
Oh,
to
did
drain
you
it
just
from
say-
the.
Changing it is putting more oil on the thing.
Yeah.
You're changing the oil. That means that there's oil already in there. You need to drain
my
the
God.
existing oil.
Hold on. You literally said it's changing the oil, which in itself, you're talking about changing something means you're exchanging, right?
Yeah.
You're not just adding something to it.
Yeah, but I gotta.
Yo,
go
look,
to
I met a
mechanic.
girl one time, and I started dating her, right? And we're going into dating, like, got to like 7 months, and I'm like, yo, when was the last time you got an oil change?
Only men.
You know what I mean? And she's like, oh, it was a year ago. What the fuck?
Guys, that's me.
And I,
Oh my God.
I didn't want to put her
I
out
thought
there.
I was doing oil change.
But I'm like, whoa.
There
So
you
the
go.
last time you got an oil change was August of last year?
That was correct.
And the way that she drives, bro. And I'm like, wait, so what the fuck do you think this shit runs on? Air?
How do you know when the oil is done?
Bro,
You don't know
Like,
how to do
when
the
it's-
stick. You don't know how to do the.
Well, how often do I have to check the stick?
it depends
that
on
doesn't sound right.
it depends on what type of oil you use, but typically it's about 5,000
See, this
miles.
is the type of information they don't teach me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but hold
Hold
on.
on. To get your oil
Hold on,
change, they tell you
But
though.
hold on,
They never tell me.
and this is a critical thinking we were talking about earlier, right? You drive a whole year on a brand new car, a whole year, and you're like, oh yeah, bro, it was so nonchalant. It was like, I was like, yo, by the way, I've been with you for like 7 months. Like, when was the last time you got an oil? And oh yeah, it was last year in August. And I'm like, what, bro? I've already got like 5 oil
Oh my
changes.
God.
What the fuck? Like,
Oh,
holy shit, you know what I mean? So critical thinking. You ladies, because typically, like, someone would take, your stepdad would take care of
Yeah,
that,
that's
right?
usually
like, you know,
what-
your mom or so. Like, you women always have someone to take care of shit for you.
I like that.
You like that,
Of course.
right? And that's cool. I like that too. I have a daughter. I want someone to take care of my daughter
Mhm.
too. But also, you guys have to give us something to take care of.
Yeah.
I don't want to take care of just anybody, bro.
Mhm.
I don't want to just invest. I don't want to change the tire on a highway for a girl that got ran through by 70 dudes. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I'll stay in the car with you. Call one of the 70 dudes that ran through you
Imagine.
to come change the tire. Like, it's just, and I understand that
Do you
there's
girls know how to change a tire?
Yeah.
I understand. Yo, it's easy to say that though.
She said
it's
no.
easy. It's easy to say that.
And they get put in the spot. It's like, oh,
easy to say that.
I'm from
Georgia,
Texas.
can you do it?
Okay, what part of Texas you from?
I'm from Houston.
Okay, cool. It's very boring there, but they have a shit ton of coffee shops there, bro.
Austin. Austin is amazing.
Bro, Houston. I went to Houston, bro. First of all, it's hot as fuck over there. You think
It's worse than Florida.
you think it's hot here, bro?
That's dry
It's
heat.
dry
It's dry.
You go to Houston and it's like, bro, you're sweating. Like, it's humid here. In
Yeah.
Texas, it's like, what the fuck? You feel like
It's
Bro.
hell.
Desert.
like I've seen crackheads lay down on the sun on the floor here during the
I
sun.
don't know.
Yeah,
You can't do that in Texas, bro.
that shit burning.
Yo, cook, bro. It's hot. It's hot. So, a shit ton of coffee shops over there, though. Like, so much coffee over there, bro. But like I said, I don't want to invest into women that have been ran through.
That's a fact.
And you know, I like when ladies are like, "Why do you put so much emphasis on body count?"
Mhm.
And that's a really great question, because it's almost like if I'm dating her, right, which we are, and I'm like, listen, I don't have a job right now and I have zero money in my bank account, but I also don't really want to get a job. Like, I'm cool playing Call of Duty because it's kind of fun. You know what I mean? So I'm down to date you if you work, like if you down to pay for like our food when we go out and shit. Like, there's gonna be a big problem with that.
Mhm.
Like, no woman's gonna
Yeah, I just cringe.
no woman in the right mind would say, you know what, I'm gonna take you as you are. It's just not gonna happen. And so I could easily say, why do women put emphasis on what a guy does for a living? How much money he makes? What car does he drive? Where does he live? Does he have a good family? Why? Because you guys care about a guy's future. And equally, I care about a past, right? Because I don't care what car you drive. I don't care if you're good with your family, because again, I believe that I am your family. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about your degree. I don't care about any. It's crazy. The one thing I care about is your body count.
Word.
I don't.
You got the body.
I don't. Yeah, I don't care about nothing else. I care about your body count. I want to know if when we have kids, if my daughter starts to think she can have 70 bodies, you're gonna step your foot down and be like, "Fuck no!" Like, we did all this to raise you. You think you have 70 bodies just because you know you're going through some shit? No, you know. And it comes down to principles at the end of the day. What are your ethics? What are your morals? You know, do you respect yourself? You know. So yeah, ladies, that's kind of why I emphasize the whole body count.
Do you ladies think y'all are high value, or would you consider yourself high value women?
I would say
Yeah.
Can you list reasons, character traits why you believe that?
Yeah. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so I'm very
I'm gonna put this up just in advance, but go ahead.
okay, so I'm very motivated, determined. I can cook, I can clean, I have a career, I have goals. I have really good credit score.
That's good.
Yeah, that is good.
But is that really good if you have a man that's already providing all that shit for you? You know what I mean? But keep going.
Well, yes, it is, because like for me, men have always taken things from me in my life. Like
Whose fault is that?
Yeah, they're
it's
choosing
mine.
the wrong guys.
100%. But it's like I was young and naive. I didn't know the things I know now. And for once, I want something that I can build for myself that a man can't take care of. That's why I went to school. That's why I did all those things, because a man can't take care of that. They can take your respect. They can take all of these things away from you.
But
like
who gets to choose if you're high value or not?
me.
No, the guy does.
Oh my God, bro. I love that. Okay, but same situation. I don't have a job. Mind you, I'm dating her. You see how beautiful she is?
Yes.
And I'm not even gonna make her stand up, but she's gorgeous, right? I have no job. I have no money. I play Call of Duty all day. And well, if a woman was to say, well, what makes you high value? Me. I think I'm high value, so I must be high value. Women are the only.
I listed a lot of traits that made me high value. You were just saying you have no job and you play Call of Duty.
Well, what I'm saying is the things you named. If you had a high value guy, he's not gonna care about those things. Like I don't care about your credit score. I got my own shit. Well, your credit score only is attractive to broke dudes, right?
But you can also, if y'all do that together, y'all guys can go get a house together and co-sign for each other.
No, but I don't need that. I don't need that because it's my job to provide. It's your job to take it easy. It's your job to be an emotional support for me. It's not your job to help me get a house. That's my job. It's my job to pay the bills. It's my job to protect you. It's my job to provision. It's my job to be a good father to our kids. That's my job.
Yeah, I do see that. So, okay, I have a question for you. So, do you agree that a relationship is 50-50?
No, I don't believe that. Real quick, shout out to ZM 999 super chat. The first Dominican super chatter on here. We appreciate you.
Yeah, she also she didn't send a question with that, but she did send one after that.
Okay.
She asked me to say something. She said, "Can we talk about all the shows out there that have women constantly fighting? This is influencing women a lot."
Okay. That is a good point.
Like baddies and
First
stuff.
of all, shout out to the Dominicans out there. ZM's putting out work. That's an insider, by the way. Okay, so listen, man, drama sells. You know, drama sells, and I personally think that when women, I think when men fight, like I think that's cool. You know, I'm traditional in that sense. Like even whether you win or lose, I think the worst thing you do is back down.
Yeah.
But
a lot of men are pussy nowadays.
Yeah. I'm as long as no knives are brought out or guns, I'm cool with whatever. You know what I mean? But when women fight, like I see you guys as, it's crazy because people think we hate women, but I see women as such beautiful things. Like I wouldn't want to see a woman fight,
and it's not attractive.
I would never want to see her fight. Like that's so unattractive to me because like I'm supposed to protect her, and I would expect her not to ever get into a fight because first of all, pretty girls don't fight.
Yeah.
Yes, my mama always told me that.
Only ugly
Pretty girls don't fight.
Like
That's a fact.
the masculine, manly looking girls are the ones that all for some reason want to fight, right? But I think that's horrible that's what society's pushing out there. I think that we should use our words as fist.
Yeah.
Men are good at that.
No,
Women are great at that.
Women are good at that.
And honestly,
Have you ever
if
been with a man who is in touch with their feminine side?
Oh no.
I have
They are-
not.
I have met,
So
Fortunately, I have not.
but I mean, honestly, everything comes from what you put out into the world. So if you meet somebody and then regardless of what they're putting out to you, it's what you believe in and what you accept or you think is right. That's what you should put out, regardless of what you're getting back from that person. You shouldn't put out anything on expecting a return. So even if somebody is trying to fight you, if that's the case, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what is said. It doesn't matter what is going on. It's what you believe it's right on that point. And if you have to walk away, especially not as a man, but if you have to walk away as a woman, that's the right thing to do.
yeah,
Facts.
that's a mature.
Okay,
thing to do.
I've so back to something that you asked before
We got a super chat from Lord Peachy.
Okay, go ahead and
He
read
said,
it.
"I'm excited to see your reaction to the vid."
Do you have the vid already?
Yep.
All right, let's pull it up real quick, and then I want to get to her question about the 50-50.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Dating experience.
Oh fuck, I got a lot of those.
My
First one,
ex-boyfriend was an alcoholic and he got drunk and just would pretend that nothing even mattered, but he would just, I don't know.
dating experience, a guy asked me out for dinner and we went to like an expensive restaurant and he couldn't cover the bill. So I had to cop it.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, what kind of, I'm not going to say words. I'm just saying, if you're going to ask a girl out on a date and you're going to take her somewhere expensive, you better be able to cop that bill and more.
And more. I'll be my most PG. He said he was 6'5". He showed up and he was shorter than me.
That's the worst.
Can you? Right? Why do men like boobs?
Oh, they're fun to play with.
Yeah.
Wait.
I would say because I feel like it's just stigmatized, like everyone says that boobs are fun to play with, so I feel like they just follow along with it because they're sheep. They're sheep.
They've got mommy issues. They didn't find it young enough, so they need more of it.
What if I told you there was a biological reason behind it?
Tell me what
Tell me
it
more,
is.
tell me more.
Okay, so
Okay, but I need to preface this. I do not believe everything a man says, so I'm going to take what you say with a grain of salt.
Yeah, okay.
wait, you don't believe in what I say?
Disrespectful.
I don't believe what men say.
Men in general.
Meditating era.
That's a bit sexist, isn't it?
We just
No,
got
it's
out of a
trauma.
relationship, so we're just kind of like,
Well,
second than a man starts talking, we're like,
Trauma.
Okay,
So
let's get this moving
therapy,
on.
right? If a man was born with 2 willies, is it a gift or a
Hold on,
curse?
pause that right there, bro. Hold on, number one, bro. Because there's he's going into different things right there. Shout out to Peachy right
Yeah,
there.
shout out Lord Peachy.
The number one that stands out is that, bro, imagine if we were like, we're in a woman hating era.
Yeah.
Imagine if men went around saying that shit. We are in a woman hating era. Like, that shit doesn't even sound good coming out of my mouth. But the fact that women are allowed to say shit like that is just so fucking annoying to me. I genuinely feel like women like that should be smacked in a fucking mouth. It's so fucking stupid for you to just sit here and be like, we're in a men hating era. Like, we're so proud of it. Like, we hate men.
And the thing is that those type of women need men.
Exactly.
They need
Oh, hold on.
men.
Those are the same women that were just saying a man should go pay for everything if you go out of
Yes.
his
Yes.
Like, bro,
Yes.
And they hate them.
how can you sit
It's
here?
contradicting.
How can you sit here and say you hate men, but let's completely be dependent on men? It makes no fucking sense to me, bro. Shout out to Peachy. The one thing that I saw that you were shaking your head to was that when a guy invites you out to an expensive restaurant, he should pay, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody agree on that?
Yes and no, because like I don't know, I've taken I believe I should spoil the same, like the way he's spoiling me. I feel like I should be spoiling.
But I'm not
him.
So
talking
we're
about a
talking about a
boyfriend.
first date.
I'm talking about first date.
Oh, first date,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so first date, I just met you. I have to pay for this whole bill. Let's say the bill was $600. I have to pay for the whole bill.
I mean, yeah. Why would you?
I need
take
you to
me
move the
somewhere
mic
there?
towards you so you can speak into it, or flip it more towards like your side. Yeah. So I'm sorry. What was your reasoning?
Like, yeah. Why would you take me to an expensive restaurant if you couldn't cover it?
Okay, what I invited you, but I didn't say I was gonna pay. Hypothetically speaking.
Well, I thought it was a date.
Okay, yeah, but we can go on a date without me having to pay for your meals, though, right?
I mean, it's a first date, though. Don't you want to make a good impression?
It's funny though that don't women fight for equality all the time? Like what? When do you guys choose when to be equal? Like what if I said we go to an expensive restaurant and I say, hey, you have to pay because I hate the fact that it looks like men always have to pay. I want to give you the opportunity to pay for this $600 bill. How would you feel about that?
I would feel. I don't know. That's a hard question. Come back to me.
You wouldn't respect the guy anymore. Simple as that.
I would have blocked him.
You would never go out with him again.
The thing is, women only want equality when it suits them.
Right.
Yes.
It's like earlier when I asked you if you would care about my opinion when it came to us being pregnant, and you're like, yeah, as long as you agreed with it. As soon as you disagreed with it, all of a sudden my opinion doesn't matter, right? So that's another thing that I don't understand is me personally, because of the type of guy that I am, I'm not just inviting any woman to dinner. So if I invite a woman to dinner, yes, I will cover the whole bill. I'll cover dessert. I'll cover everything, right? But I don't think it's fair to necessarily assume that all guys should cover every single bill because a lot of guys aren't dating to marry. Like if I'm dating, I'm courting to marry, right? I don't believe in marriage, but hopefully if I meet that one person and we really get there, cool. You know what I mean? Because I only believe in getting married once. I don't believe in divorce. So I think like if you're casually just taking a girl out, but the way I see it is you just had 37 bodies. I'm sorry, but like,
why am I paying full price for it?
Why? Like, why should I treat you?
Who said they didn't?
Yeah, but I don't care what they did. What I'm saying is that they got something out of you that should just be mine.
But I'm just now meeting you, so who's to
Well,
say it could just be yours?
You shouldn't have dated before me.
Wait, what did you just say?
That's toxic, right?
Yeah.
Because that would mean that you would be a virgin.
Yeah.
Right? And being a virgin is horrible. Like, I couldn't even imagine women being virgins. Like, imagine if you guys were born virgins.
We were.
Wait, you were born virgins?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you guys remain virgins?
Shit.
Because they wouldn't be sluts.
It's called.
It's
peer
everything comes
pressure.
from society and your
Yeah.
environmental, like how you were created, around where you were created, the things that you have gone through in life. Because I
Sounds
mean,
like excuses to me.
no, they're not. They're not excuses.
Whoa. We're dating. Remember that. So hold on. So let me get this straight. So when I went to jail and I had to go in front of a judge, you're telling me that if I came up with the greatest excuses, I could have gotten away from going to prison for 4.5 years?
No, I'm not saying that you don't have to pay for your mistakes.
Well,
Everybody
that's her
does
paying
pay
for her mistakes, though. Or not you in general, but a woman that has a large body count, if a man doesn't want to treat you like a queen, that is the repercussion of your decisions for having so many bodies. Now, again, there's going to be guys that will treat women like that because, I'm sorry, there's some weirdos out there. But typically, you know, the traditional guys like myself, I don't want to treat a girl that has that many bodies like she's special, because you're not special.
But what if that one person is to that one person? Like, just say your dog. Okay, just say I know this because I had this talk with my mom about like the same talk about like how I'm raising my kid and what I want her to be like and stuff. And that's when I started like watching what I'm posting and stuff like that. But it's like what you're saying, you don't want to make her feel special, but what if, how do I say this? I don't know. I want to find a way to like talk about that because it's like, it's so double standard and I hate that.
Where's the double standard about it?
She's saying that men can have as many bodies and still have to, and still look for that.
Special.
Men had to earn it. You didn't have to earn it. If you go outside right now, 10 guys will take you. 10 girls won't take me.
I would.
You could be ugly and fat. Like the girl probably, if you're an ugly fat girl, you probably getting more DMs than I'm getting from girls. Would you agree?
Do you understand what he's saying?
No, explain.
So women have more opportunity to have sex.
You can't sit here and argue that we're the same. Because if me and you leave the studio today, right, and we go to Miami, the first 10 guys you talk to, you could probably get all of their numbers. You could probably have sex with all of them, and you wouldn't have to do anything to do that. Now, if I go to the first 10 women that I see, they're going to look at me weird. Who the fuck are you? Why do you want my number? I'm definitely not having sex with you. right? Unless they're desperate or just don't give a fuck about themselves, which most women do care about themselves. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
So if I have to work hard for my sexual encounters, if I have to have something of value to myself, if I have to have a company or a good finances, if I have to earn money, if I have to do all these things, then it's almost like in society. Like, I hate to say it, she asked me a question one time: would I get mad if my daughter had sex with 10 guys, or would I get mad if my son I said I would probably not be so mad at my son, because my son had to have something to get those women. Now my daughter just had to go open her legs. Does that make sense? So in a sense, you kind of admire the fact that, what did my son do
to get 10
get these 10 girls? Now I understand that my daughter literally had to do nothing to get those 10 guys. So I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Good job, daughter. I'm proud of you. You know, your body, your choice, and you deserve the best guy in the world." Like, no, that's not the way that it works. And that's the way that it's not the same. We're not equal. And I'm sorry, you know, that's why women don't care. Like, I could have 100 bodies, you know, and as long as I'm not, you know, I don't have like a sickness or an illness or an STD, she probably wouldn't give a fuck. I mean, I already have 45 and she didn't give a fuck. So what's another 45? You know what I mean? Like, as long as I can provide, you get me? Now, if she came at me and said my shit is 45, we got a big problem.
That's a different story.
We got a huge problem. I don't want leftovers. No man wants leftovers. No man want leftovers, ladies. God damn, I feel like I'm being mean to you guys, but I'm just telling you guys the truth.
That's what I appreciate, bro. Like, the truth all the time.
I think that's what the Dominican girl was talking about on the chat.
Yeah.
A lot of these podcasts get girls on the podcast and then they fight. They fight with each other. They fight with the girls. The good thing, I think, the different thing that you do is you try to make them understand what is best for them.
Yeah.
And like you said, one of the good things girls are good at is arguments.
Yeah.
They want to argue the fact that you're wrong.
Yeah.
But most girls leave here with a perspective that they didn't come here with.
And want to
I think we would be a lot more popular if I sat here and told women, go have sex with whoever you want.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
Listen, ladies, go have sex with whoever you want. If a guy doesn't accept
Somebody
you,
clip this.
If a guy doesn't accept you, he's not worth it. He's garbage.
She popped that blue pill.
Okay, he's
Somebody
garbage. So go have sex with whoever you want. Have as many kids as you want, as many abortions as you want.
I know.
You know, go do whatever you want.
Go do what
if you're
TikTok
giving
is
us
telling
bad
you to do.
advice.
And I guarantee you, so many women will want to come to this podcast. It'd be fucking incredible, you know, because it's easy to do things that are bad.
Yeah,
It really is.
And it's hard to own up to things that you have been doing. So you can come over here, you can listen to all of this and be like, holy fuck, he might be right. But then it weighs on your conscience, the fact that you have done those things. And now you don't want to admit it, or you don't want to even think about it, because it doesn't make you feel any good about that. So,
does that make sense, ladies?
And it does, but because I also, like, especially with mine, like, my body count, I had a problem with it for a while, but until I actually truly figured out that I loved myself, like, fully, and that took me being single for 6 months to learn that I actually love myself and not just what my ex thought of me. That's when I finally was like, I really don't care, because, like, my self-worth, I see my self-worth a lot more, like, now than I did before. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The problem with that is, and because that's a good thing, the problem with that is that your self-worth doesn't transfer over to I think your worth is to me. So I love when women are like I had a girl come on a podcast that said she had 200 bodies in 1 year. Okay. And she was a very beautiful woman, actually, very, very beautiful. And she can't sit here now and say to the rest of society and men, this is what I value myself as, and therefore this is what you're going to value me as. It doesn't transfer over.
Oh no, and it never said it did. It doesn't. And like stuff like that, just say, like, since I do have a lot and you, that's just something that you don't like, I also have to earn your respect to prove that.
Correct.
So, and like it does go both ways. And like I feel like that's when you're going to see if it's actually going to work or not, because if that person is going to put in that extra like effort into doing that, then that means it's like, okay, maybe their actions don't define them. That's when you start building a relationship and communicating. And
but for a man to settle and to actually be on that road of finding out if it's worth it, he needs to settle first with the fact that it's you know what I mean. He needs to settle at first to be able to be like, let me try it out and see if this is gonna work. And she's just gonna put the effort. He's already settling at that point right there.
And I think that's the beautiful part about the podcast is that we try to get women to understand the way that men think. Because it's almost like me buying a car that I'm like, well, it has 3 flat tires, but let me see if after I fix the flat tires, if it's a good running car. Yeah. Does that make sense? It's almost like you're starting behind the 8 ball, and instead of starting fresh, you're like, oh, fuck, I really like this girl. She's cool as fuck, great personality, but look at all this shit that I have to go past. And it's almost like now any little thing you do could be a turnoff for me. You know what? It's not even worth my time. And this is what we try to preach to women is be very mindful with the decisions that you make, because we had a young lady last night that was here that said, it doesn't matter what my body count is because I can have 100 bodies. And as long as I don't tell the guy, it won't matter. Like that guy will never know. That guy will never know that I had 100 bodies. And I'm like, listen, first of all, the fact that you have 100 bodies, you'll know. That's number one.
Exactly. And that's going to be on your conscious. And that means like when you have sex, the sex isn't even going to be good because you're going to be focused on the lie you told them.
I agree.
Okay. So I love that you said that. Do you think that women keep the ability to pair bond no matter how many sexual partners they have?
I don't think so. I don't think it would be like.
What do you think, Luna?
We got a super chat.
Can you fix the mic towards her, please? I don't know why it's so hard for ladies to talk into the mic.
We got a super chat in from Lord Peachy.
About that pair bonding thing, like I've been scared to even just fuck with anybody because I don't want to lose that.
Okay, real quick. I'm sorry. Do you think that it doesn't matter? Like women still are able to pair bond no matter how many sexual partners they have?
It does matter.
It does matter to you. What about you?
I think you could. I think it's still possible.
You think it's still possible? Okay.
You think it'll just be very, 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 very hard? You think it'll be hard to pair bond though?
No, because I feel like it. Like I said earlier, like different stages in different lives.
What's the definition of pair bonding to you?
Pair bonding is like when 2 souls connect during sex, right?
Okay, and you're saying that you still have the ability to pair bond no matter how many sexual partners you have.
Yeah.
You pair bonding a lot.
You just fucked 37 guys. Like, how are you gonna do that?
No, you don't bond with every single
Did you hear what she said though?
No, there's
she said you're pair bonding a lot.
No, but like
you have all these people energy. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, and that's why you get yourself cleansed. Like that's why stuff like that matters. You have to get your soul cleansed. You have to like do internal healing for that stuff to like. That's why I can be so open. That's why women do lie.
You know what?
That's why women do lie.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know what you just said really helped me understand something right now. This is why women believe so much in that spiritual shit.
Yeah.
Because it really does benefit you guys to believe in that shit.
Do you believe in this?
I don't. Not really. No. I mean, I believe that I do believe that there's like a higher power out there. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. But what I'm saying is my higher power is not contained to what people call a god.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm not going to believe in someone's book just because everybody's telling me to believe. Like I like to do my own research.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But it really benefits women to say shit like that because listen,
it's a cop out.
Listen, you can have as many bodies, but you just got to get cleansed, bro.
Yeah, somebody said it gives them a way out.
Absolutely. And women love to have way outs. You guys love to have safety nets. So guess what? That's exactly what you should tell men now when you meet. Yes, I have 8 bodies. I'm sorry, you got 8, right? I have 7 bodies, but I got cleansed. So I'm good now. And
that's not even necessarily saying that like, okay, I'm cleansed, I'm good of the bodies. Nah, like that's not even what it's saying. Like it's like kind of saying like the trauma bond that you did have from like doing that, because there's trauma from that, so that creates a trauma bond. Just like when you have sex on your period, that creates another type of bond. It's not saying like, oh, okay, you're good. No, it's just forgiving yourself and your soul for accepting that into your life. It's not saying like, okay, you're cleansed, you're good. Like, no, it's like it's something
but it's not a new experience.
Yeah,
you already had 37 guys. I'm 38. Like you know what you've seen different dick sizes, different dick colors. It doesn't matter. It's not new to you.
Oh, that sounded weird. I want to get to the super chats real quick.
We got 2 super chats.
Yeah, I want to get to the super chats real quick. Go ahead, bro.
First one, Lord Peachy. Keep watching. You missed the juicy bit.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep watching. It's just you were going into so many different topics. Like you went into boobs. I wanted to stop it so we could kind of break it down. But shout out to you, Peachy. What's the next one? Go ahead.
And then we got ZM. Body counts matter. Men are very possessive. They want to treat you well. They won't be able to pass if they say they won't be able to get past it if they say they're lying to you.
Okay. Yo, shout out to ZM. Is ZM a member?
No, not yet.
Okay, ZM, do me a favor, become a member, man. I wanna make her a mod, bro. She's pretty fucking cool. Okay, cool. So do you understand what she's saying?
Mm-hmm.
That men are very and I will agree to this. Men are very possessive. Here's the thing though. Men are very possessive to the things that they value.
Yeah.
You can ask her. When I met her, boy. When I met her, like I was doing my thing. You feel me? Like I was not possessive over anything that I don't believe is mine. Mm-hmm. Cool. You come over, we fuck. You're not mine though, right? But when you're mine, I'm very possessive. I want to make sure you're carrying yourself a certain type of way because you're reflective of me. I want to make sure that you're dressed a certain type of way. I want to make sure that you conduct yourself a certain type of way. Just in general, I'm going to make sure that you don't need for anything because I care. Like, same thing with my kids, right? Same thing with my kids. I just think that a lot of men will sit here and say that they will take you as you are and get over it. But in reality, literally, we were just watching a fucking Netflix show. I don't know what it was, but like the husband found out that the wife was like, daydreaming about her ex that she was having sex with.
It's called sex life.
It's called sex life. And this dude lost it. This dude lost it because it fucked him up so much. The fact that like he couldn't get over the fact that this girl had such an experience with someone else that wasn't him, and it fucked him up. I'm talking about literally like they ended up getting fucking divorced. It's a crazy ass. I don't know how we could. So the thing is, she likes to sleep with like background noise on. So we had it on, and I just caught some of it.
When I woke up this morning, the man was in shambles. He was doing like drugs with some random groups.
We fall asleep with the TV on, but yeah, the point is, it's just like men do care. Mm-hmm. Men really care. I care. I care about her past. I care about what she's doing now. I care about the future. I care about all of that stuff. So shout out to ZM, man. Shout out to Lord Peachy as well. Do you want to finish the Lord Peachy one? Do you have it pulled up still?
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish that one real quick as long as it's not going into like different topics. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Well, wait. One person at a time.
Curious.
Why?
Because fuck that.
Wait, fuck it?
No, not me.
I'll give you my reasoning. Because when one runs out, the other can go. You know what I mean?
What?
Oh no, we're not animals. In your personal opinion.
I want to say gift.
And why?
Say what she said. If one runs out, the other one's got.
The more the merrier, right?
Okay, so they're talking about men right now. They're talking about. By the way, they're talking about men right now.
Having multiple.
Right. So having multiple men. So think about that for a second. Like this is society. This is what society's feeding women.
Yeah.
Why not have a roster full of guys? Because you can just get rid of one and add another one.
That's so much energy being exchanged, and that's draining.
I agree.
That is so draining.
Yeah, but it's easy for you to say that after you've already been through that. So how what would be your advice to the women that haven't encountered what you encountered?
I mean, you just listen. Like all three of them said yes, and they have like.
So what's your advice though for the women that don't know the knowledge that you know after? Because the best teacher is experience.
Yeah.
You have to go through shit to be able to learn from it, right? There's a saying, a smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes. But most people are not wise. Mm-hmm. Like even myself. Like I went through shit my whole life because I was hard-headed. But I wish that I could turn around and give other people going through the same shit as me that were homeless and going through the same issues and say, listen, man, there's a better way. Like there's a better way. But guess what? A lot of those people, they won't hear me. they have to go through the mud to be able to learn, right?
Yeah.
So what would be your advice to women that are probably going to go through the same things you've gone through?
I would just really focus on yourself and work on self-love, because once you love yourself, then really what anybody else says doesn't matter, and you'll hire your standards for yourself. And so therefore you won't even be put in situations for that to happen to yourself.
Okay, that's actually pretty good advice. Shout out to you. What would be your advice?
What's the question again?
Advice to a girl who want multiple men.
Wait. I'm sorry. Okay, you know what? I get it. I just don't understand how you could zone out because we're all talking here. But
what would be your advice for women that haven't been through what she has been through, but they may be younger or whatever, to not go that route and like learn other ways?
I'll say like everybody, like not everybody's willing to listen to other people. Everybody's willing to have a head for themselves. In my opinion, I say if you value yourself, I say like don't allow anybody to like cherish that, like get the power to go in you like everybody, because at one point it's not going to be worth it. Like you said, like body count matters to men. So it's like if you're looking for a husband, eventually somebody will. Yeah. Because we're human, we crave company.
Yeah.
So at one point you're gonna crave a husband, and knowing your body count, he's not gonna want that.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty sound advice right there. My honest advice to women would be, don't wait until you have the bodies to start loving yourself. Don't wait until you've had sex with 40 guys, 50 guys to all of a sudden realize that you're not doing the right things. I would say, and it's really sad because it all trickles down to the family. Most families that have both parents and they're close-knit family, typically you don't see the women trying to go out there and search for that validation because they're already validated within their family. Now I have seen situations where maybe a woman has a family but she's still a hoe, but maybe she was she was touched or some bullshit happened at a younger age where it just causes her to go that route. There's also situations where that may not happen and she may still do it, but it could also be an internal thing where maybe she just doesn't feel comfortable with herself. There's a whole bunch of reasons, but typically that doesn't happen. If you have a family, typically that does not happen. So it really sucks that most women that are going through these things, it's always like, you're not the first one. There's so many women that have come on the show and they all pretty much say the same thing. I went through this, and then I ended up growing up and I went through this, and this, and I did this, and this. And it's almost like the same story. And it sucks to hear that so many people are going through this. But I would say that it ultimately does fall on the women because it falls on the men too, to a certain extent, because I think men should be more active.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my advice would be try to understand men. If you understand how men think, then you would understand how to position yourself not to get put in that position.
Good advice. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you were a girl, would you be a good girl or a bad girl? Be honest. Be honest. Because I'm going to be honest.
I would,
if I was a girl, I'd be a slut.
Nah.
I would.
Are you going to stay here, tell these women how to do it, and then say if you were a woman, you would be a slut?
Okay, but let me tell you why I would be a slut.
Hey, yo, hold on, before you go in.
What's
we got
up?
ZM. She just became a member today.
Yeah.
shout out to ZM.
Yo, can you do me a favor? And,
I already sent her my Instagram. She's already on it.
she's a member too?
Yeah.
Okay, we're add her to the member chat. And then also, I want to make sure that she becomes a mod. Shout out to ZM.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
Really
quick, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For those of you guys that are watching now and don't know how to become a member, just go on the page, click on the Unfilterd Podcast thing, go on the page, and then there's going to be a little button that says join.
Yes.
Click on that button, choose your tier, and you got it.
Yes.
You're welcome to the family.
Shout out to you, ZM. Welcome to the family. Okay, ladies, the reason why and it does sound very hypocritical. Like, I'm literally telling you guys not to have a high body count, but the reason why I would want to be a slut if I was a woman
I gotta hear this.
is because
Let's go.
I'm coming from a man's mentality right now, mind you. You got to keep that in mind, okay? I want to live my life. I want to live my life. I want to fuck as many people as I can. I'm just gonna be honest, and I would trick the shit out of dudes. I'd have sugar daddies. I'd have an OnlyFans. I'd have Snapchat Premium.
Really?
I would do all that, and I would strip on the weekends because that's when you make the most money.
So you obviously wouldn't want to have a family or a husband.
Okay, but then that's where it kicks in. I would also be very honest with myself, and I would say, because I'm a slut, I understand that I'm probably not going to be able to lock down a good guy.
But do you think you would be happy in the long term?
I think I would be happy long enough, right? And then I would lie to a guy about my body count.
Oh my!
And I would be like, and then I would be really smart about it. Like I would make sure that I didn't give good head until like 10 months. You know what I mean? Like I'd be really smart.
Yo, that's fun.
Yeah, but like
he's giving you guys the blueprint.
Yeah,
okay?
But like I'd save up all my money though.
Mhm.
You feel me? Because
Yeah.
I don't need a man,
Facts.
and I don't want a man.
Because you're independent.
Somebody said you would settle for a simp.
I would settle for the most attractive simp that I could find.
Because guess what? You don't have to fuck him.
No,
And he'll give you the money.
and in a sense, like I'm gonna get a very feminine guy,
Yeah.
so that I can control him,
Right.
right? But damn, you asked a question that is the best question to ask. Would I be happy? Fuck, bro, I don't think I would.
No.
Short term, yes.
Short term,
Long
yes.
term,
Long
no.
term, no.
Long term, no, because I think there's nothing better than having a family, like a complete whole family. But I would sacrifice that initially to have fun. Or if I did have a family, it would probably be with a guy that I didn't really want to have a family with.
Yeah.
And then I would
And
have
you would have to
settle.
lie still.
But I'm not.
Somebody
gonna-
said I would lock down a rich guy and then divorce him and
Yes.
live my best life.
Yo, listen, and then I would just keep fucking as many people as I could and just keep repeating the cycle. But ultimately, I don't think I would end up happy.
You'll be desensitized at some type of point, and then you have when you get older, what are you gonna do?
Well,
You're not
that's
gonna
the
be able
thing.
to fuck
So
guys
when I'm in
anymore.
my deathbed, all the money that I made, all the Louis bags, all the Gucci bags, Chanel, like none of that would matter.
Right.
None.
You're gonna be by yourself on the deathbed. You're gonna have no one to share your memories
In all those
with.
bodies.
I mean, I'd be in the best hospital though. but I get your point. I wouldn't be happy, and I think that's what women kind of miss on. Is that yes, it's okay, fine. Right now, you're in your 20s. You wanna have hot girl summers, and you wanna fuck as many people as you want. But you have to understand later on down the road, it's not even just about doing all the things I said I was gonna do. But I think at some point I would look myself in the mirror and say, "Bro, I'm kind of disgusted with you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's cool because like this show that we were watching when we were falling asleep, it pushes like the thrills.
Mm-hmm.
It pushes like the sex at the club on drugs. It's so thrilling. It's so fun. It's
I think
amazing.
everything that everybody sees 24/7 nowadays is about that.
But what they don't tell you is after that shit wears down, there's like it's kind of like for
Guilt,
me, right?
shame.
It's kind of like for me. A few years ago, I had a really bad problem with jerking off, masturbation, right? And so I would just watch porn, and I was like super sexually active, and then it wasn't that I couldn't get girls because I was still knocking the girls down, but it was just like pop, pop, pop. You feel me? It was consistently, and it got to a point where, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I'm kind of because when a guy comes, there's this moment of clarity,
Post-nut clarity,
right? And it hits you every single time. Like there's not one time that it hasn't hit me, and every single time you're like, yo, did I really just do that shit?
Yeah. Like why did I do that?
Like why did I do that? Like I could have got some pussy. Like why? Like it's just like why? And then I
feel so bad.
I remember going to the bathroom and I was like, why? Why'd you do that? Like yeah, like you know.
I think that's how girls feel after they have a one night stand.
Really?
I don't know what I'm saying.
So let me
let's ask.
let me tell you what I did, right? Oh, this sounds gay as fuck.
Dude, go ahead.
Yo,
Maybe I should shut the fuck up. So I was being honest, and I went and opened up to like at the time one of my boys, and I was like, "Yo, listen, like I don't know what the fuck, but like I do this," and he was like, "Yo, I appreciate your honesty because I do that shit too." You feel me? He was like, "Yo, I do that shit too," and listen, it's a more common problem than you think. Like a lot of men do this shit. You
I
probably,
hear,
you
I, hear,
probably
I,
do that shit.
I,
or
hear,
did that
I
shit.
hear guys have an addiction to that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It was
that's
an
an
addiction.
actual addiction.
Like that was an addiction. So then what we did was.
What did y'all do?
Somebody said.
What did y'all do? Hold on. What did y'all do?
All right. Nah, it was no gay shit. Chill out, bro. It was no gay shit.
Hey, yeah.
What we did was we like researched, and there's an app that like if you download it on your phone, if you go to like any xvideo.com or anything like that, it sends another person. It
Somebody
sends,
said, "Bro, stop."
it sends the other person a notification.
That you're watching porn.
And it's very embarrassing. You feel me?
Oh,
So we both downloaded the app, and it was like I had to keep that in mind. Like, but guess where that comes from? It comes from shame.
Yeah.
Did it help?
Oh, absolutely. I stopped that shit. But
Imagine somebody knows what you're watching.
yeah,
and
bro.
When you're
And
watching,
when you're watching.
bro.
Oh, they know what you're watching.
Yeah, because it shows them. Yeah.
Oh,
So
damn.
I mean, what I'm saying is that comes from shame,
Mhm.
right? And back in the day, our grandparents and great grandparents, they used to shame each other. Like if you just left a marriage because you were unhappy,
Mhm.
they would literally be like, "You're a fucking hoe.
Yeah.
How dare you turn your back on your family because you didn't feel happy," right? And today's society, if a woman just doesn't feel happy that day, she could you laughing about something over here? What, you good? Fuck the chat, man. They
Chat
roasting
going-
me or some shit over
Chat
there.
going crazy.
Oh man, fuck the chat, bro.
They
Fuck the chat, though.
Chat
Okay,
going
I
crazy.
fuck with the chat, man. I can't be honest with you guys, bro. Come on. So what I'm saying is, if you don't shame each other, then what? How are you gonna stop doing anything?
Thanks.
I also believe in bullying, by the way. I think bullying is a great. You're laughing, but I think it's great.
It is.
Bullying made me learn English,
Yeah, she came to this country, immigrant, and
and then my mom put
I'm
me.
kidding. She was actually
No,
born.
I was born in New
She
York.
was born in New York.
But from the ages of, as soon as I was born to, if I'm not mistaken, 12, I lived in Brazil. So my first language was always, my only spoken language was always Portuguese. So when I came here, my mom put me straight to school. And here in Miami, mainly people speak Spanish and English. And I wasn't able to fit in neither one of those groups. So I was always the outcaster. People would make fun of me. I was still pretty young, middle school. So I got bullied. And then I told my mom, I'm like, I'm not going back there until I learn English. She took me off school, put me in a private English school. I learned English in less than a year, fluently.
So not only did she learn English, she also learned Spanish, and she also understands Italian, right? So like it's crazy what bullying would do. Like if you use bullying for like the right reasons, you can actually grow from that, right? You can grow from that. So I think bullying is a good thing. I think shaming people is a good thing. All you guys are hoes.
Yo, that's good.
Okay.
I gotta.
No one denied it.
Shame on you guys.
No one denied it.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, bro. See, you ladies don't know when I'm playing. I mean, technically, if we're being honest, though, you guys are all hoes. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
but
I don't think
No,
if I'm being honest, compared to virgins, but no,
you don't think all y'all are hoes?
No. But I got a question because we was on the topic of bullying. Do you think it's wrong for somebody to speak on like something from the past and that'll be like bullying, or is that shaming?
What do you, can you give me some context though? Yeah.
Okay, so like let's
if
say
Jill says it doesn't make any sense, then
let's say like I did something in my past where I would look a certain way in my past, and then you bring that up, like
and then I bully you now on it.
Yeah,
I see what
Your
you're
past
saying.
matters.
Well, yes. However,
No.
You're a slut in your past. You're a slut.
I know exactly what she's saying. She's saying like if she did something in her past and someone's throwing it at her, right? Typically that happens during arguments.
Mhm.
You know, people throw shit at each other during arguments, but I think it depends. Like it really does.
Okay.
Obviously I don't believe in like throwing like personal shit, like if you got like, violated or some shit like that, you know, there's
Of course.
but yeah, I think when you trust people with shit like that, vulnerable information, I don't think it should be thrown at you. But I'm talking bullying in a sense of like when I went to school, I got bullied because I was poor.
Yeah, so it make you want to get money.
Like I would wear my friends' leftover clothes, and so when I grew up, I wanted to work hard to have something for myself.
Of course.
And I used that for a positive.
Mhm.
I'm talking about that type of bullying. Unfortunately, in today's age, every generation gets softer and softer.
Yeah.
They won't tell the truth.
So in this generation, like the generation after you,
they're gonna be fucking.
If you tell them, yo, you're ugly as hell, like they want to go get a gun and shoot up the school. You know what I mean?
Go to jail in a second.
So it's just a very soft generation. Like your great grandparents, they were hard as hell.
Yeah, somebody actually just said in the chat, where is it? Bullying and dissing in the 70s was brutal in a good way.
Oh yeah, bro. Listen, I was born in the 80s, bro. And when I was in school, they used to talk shit. Like it was like lunch and they would talk shit to each other. And I'm talking about racist shit. I'm talking about like you went back, you just got off the boat. Like I'm talking about crazy shit that if you say that today, you're done.
Yo, that's why I didn't want to do the podcast.
Yeah.
I wanted to say some shit, and I knew you would say some shit back, but they wouldn't understand.
What were we gonna say?
I was gonna be like, no, I'm not trying to.
If you said some like wetback shit, I was gonna be like, oh, you. I was gonna go into slavery type shit.
I was gonna be like, you're a border hopper.
Yeah,
and you would be like, nigga, that's why you were in shackles.
Yeah. But see, the difference is that we're boys.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like we're boys, and that's just how it used to be back in the day. You used to be able to talk shit to each other, and no one wanted to shoot each other. No, like no one. It's only in today's society that people want to do that to each other. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool. Listen, man. It's been 2+ hours. We appreciate.
Lord Pucci's a little frustrated because apparently there was more to that video that we haven't gotten to.
That was it.
Apparently there was more.
Hold up. God damn! How long was this video?
It's about 7 minutes long.
Oh,
7 minutes.
Yeah, Peach.
Come on, Peach.
What we can do is break this into parts. Maybe tomorrow at the nighttime show we'll finish watching the rest of it.
Yeah.
So that whole because a 7 minute long video, it's not.
Yeah, Peach. Listen, Peach. You gotta understand that like a lot of our viewers are the TikTok viewers, right? If you don't get their attention within 2 seconds, and it can't be longer than 10 to 15, 20 seconds. These people are stupid as fuck, bro. Like they like the attention of a fucking goldfish. Okay, so we can't sit here and watch a 7-minute clip because then first of all we wouldn't even be able to cover all of it because I'd forget the first 6 minutes of it. You know what I mean? But shout out to you, bro. If you want to send us any clips that are anywhere between 0 to 30 seconds, then yeah, bro, we'll cover that all day long. Shout out to you, bro. Well, yeah, I mean, shit, a lot happens in 30 seconds, bro.
Yeah, bro, he's 7 minutes.
Bro,
he said he got banned on TikTok.
Listen, all of our reels, I got banned on TikTok too. All of our reels are only like less than a minute.
Yeah.
Every single one of our reels are less than a minute. And we do that on purpose. So yeah, real quick. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the ladies for coming. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being respectful. Actually, really, really fun, especially having Jules here. I like having her around all the time. So, you know, having her on the table is super, super cool.
So I can make my points.
I have a question.
Better.
Thoughts on the show and anything you may have learned today. If you could speak into the mic, please.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about guys' mindsets and how they view things. Because, I mean, I kind of knew, but, like, y'all went into more depth about it. So I feel like I know how to do things better in communication and relationships, not with just men, but with women also.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the show?
Oh, I loved it. It was really fun. You're really brutally honest, and I loved every second of it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
you're honest too.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
And I think
I respect that.
Honest people enjoy honesty coming from other people as well.
I have a saying, and it's like I would rather be respected than be liked.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not popular in today's age because everybody wants to be liked today.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly do believe that I would rather have you walk out of here and say, you know what, that guy, cool, he was rude because he was honest, but at least he told me the truth. And I'm not saying that's what you're going to say. I'm saying in general, that's what most women that come on here, they're like, you know what, this guy's rude. But in reality, I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Right? So shout out to you. We appreciate that. What about you? Thoughts on the show?
Thoughts on the show. I think I like it. Actually, seen from a different perspective. I never knew about the body count thing, truly.
I think you knew, because otherwise you wouldn't have stopped at 11.
No, the only reason why I stopped because my family, like, I'm very, like, they're religious and stuff, and, like, they don't play that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they couldn't play that before the 11 bodies, though?
The thing is,
Fix that mic, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So the thing is, like, I stopped at like really 10. 11 is like my boyfriend.
Okay.
So
No, I'm saying like your family, like they couldn't have stepped in before.
they found
like-
out on the 10th. That's
God.
Oh, you
Gotcha.
probably got in trouble.
yeah, I did.
But let me tell you something. I have a daughter, right?
Mhm.
And she'll tell you, me and my daughter have the best relationship. Very close. That's my baby. That's my heart, right? And I wouldn't wait until I found out she had to. I'm supervising everything. And you can call it controlling, whatever. Until she's 18, she's my fucking responsibility.
Mhm.
I'm
I
making
think
sure.
even after.
But what I'm saying is, at least until she's 18, and not only supervising, but also letting her know why I'm supervising, letting her know how important she is to me and how important she should be to herself, and how that's going to help her out in the long run, right? Right now, it may not seem like it'll help you out, but in the long run, I'm doing you a favor. You'll look back one day and say, I'm glad that my dad was there. I'm glad that my dad cared.
Mhm.
And I have a good life because of it now. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than just being a dad and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna love my kid no matter what. They can do
Mhm.
whatever the fuck they want. No, I don't believe in that. I strongly disagree with that. Did you learn anything today besides that?
Also with like bullying, like to get the truth, it's better to get the truth than getting a lie. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I sugarcoat things for people, but I still like try to give out the truth.
Yeah.
So
The
like
problem is you can't really give out the truth if you're sugarcoating things.
it's like I try not to come out aggressive.
You try not to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah, but it's like still the truth. But
Yeah.
I'm more over like giving the truth, but like still helping you out.
Yeah, but that's called admitting stuff.
yeah.
Right. So like how can I really be helpful to you if I'm only gonna tell you the things that sound nice?
Yeah.
Then I'm not really helpful to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if I had a friend that did crack cocaine
Mhm.
and I said, listen, man, I don't think doing drugs is a good thing. Right.
Yeah.
But then if I said, listen, man, crack cocaine is fucking horrible for you.
Mhm.
You're gonna get addicted to this shit. It's gonna ruin your fucking life. Cool.
You're lame.
He may not like me for that,
Yeah.
but at least I'm giving it to him straight,
Yeah.
rather than just being like, bro, drugs aren't good.
Mhm.
You know they're not good. Like, why would you do, bro? That it's not strong enough to change anyone at all. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go all the way.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. Thoughts on the show? Go ahead.
Show is great, amazing. I love the energy. I wanted to ask you guys a question.
What's up?
So with like just for like kicks and giggles or whatever, like your daughter
Uh-huh.
is about to introduce you to her boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
What qualities are you guys looking for?
With
do
her
you-
boyfriend?
Yeah.
Hold on. My daughter's not introducing me to nothing.
But let's say she's 21. Like she
okay,
said,
that's
Daddy, I'm
different.
okay.
I was
She's
like,
I feel
okay.
like I'm ready.
Okay, that's
What
different.
you looking for?
Okay,
What, in the guy?
Okay, not
Not
that's
to be a
different.
bitch like your brother.
Oh, okay. No.
Damn.
No.
Disrespectful.
What do you
No,
mean, like
no.
her brother?
Oh yeah, her brother hit my girl yesterday. I was like, literally called her. It was like, oh yeah, I'll beat the shit out of you, like pussy
that's
shit like
so
that.
crazy. Y'all can be a witness to this. I don't need to lie. Never needed to tell
Fix the
truth.
mic towards your mouth.
Yeah, we want to hear. it.
Never need to lie. So this is what really happened. Okay, his shorty calls my phone, and I can go get my phone. It's gonna say incoming call. Okay,
Okay.
and like I'm like, what's good? Shorty talking crazy or whatever, right?
What do you mean
And
she's
so-
talking crazy? Can you
Yeah,
give us some
hey,
context?
elaborate.
Yeah, bro. She just like, oh, you rah rah and talking all this bullshit, blah blah blah.
Because you kept spamming her phone, right? But keep going.
I kept spamming.
Okay, cool. So
Dude, I
how
kept
do,
writing, baby, I'm done. Stop it. Like, you need to stop. She kept going. Listen, the last thing I ever said, and I made my peace with that. But I don't appreciate him calling my brother a bitch ass nigga because he didn't do anything to hurt her. He didn't call her or say he was gonna beat her up. He just said, be careful. Like, you talking to my sister like that, like, that's not cool. And I even came into the conversation. I said, Gianni, chill. It's not your fight to battle. It's not your battle to fight. And that's the truth. But if people want to go ahead and listen to one side of the story, that's fine. I don't care. You see how I'm calm with you right now? Because I'm telling you the truth. I don't like drama. My brother cares about me like any brother would, even if he's smaller than me.
Mhm.
And only a coward would say, yo, brother's a bitch ass nigga when all he wants to do is something good for his sister. And he didn't even say he was going to put his hands on a female because my brother doesn't hit girls. He's 18 years old. Come on now. Like, he just wanted, he was angry that a girl was on the phone talking to me like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what that is. And I made my peace with it. And how much
it sounds good.
It's the truth, and you can believe what you want. I really don't care. Like, that's the thing with having problem, and only an immature person, and I'm sorry, will bring this up on live TV in front of everybody. Let's keep it real. So that's the truth. And if you wanted to talk about it,
I can't believe anything that comes out of your mouth. You've lied a lot of times on this podcast. Your body count, you swear, you literally talk about these girls not being hoes, but you have hella one night stands.
Wow, but you know me, like. Who I had a one night stand with? Come on, who else?
Me?
Okay, but you came back. That wasn't a one night stand. If you keep coming back,
you came back. Hold on. You have receipts, right? Same time I have receipts.
Yeah.
You begged me to fuck you after you did my hair, and I said, "No, I'm straight."
You
literally said, I walked you to the car as a respectful gentleman should, and I left you. Was like, "Is it bad that I want to fuck you? You trying to go fuck?" I was like,
what
nah.
did you say? I'm not having sex again with you till you are on birth control.
When was that?
Oh my God. Listen.
You said you got the receipts.
Ayo.
You said you got the receipts, right? You said you got the receipts, right?
Brought me on the show. I feel like I've been set up, but it's okay, Eric, because I know you know nothing about this.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what, like, I don't even know the details of it all.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nobody does. So the fact that you're trying to make me look good. The fact that you're trying to make me look bad over here is crazy.
Don't pick and choose when you got receipts.
Dude, I got my phone. Like, I really can't, but only a stupid person would just sit here and be like, look, I got proof of all this.
Yeah, hey, look, and only a bitch tries to, act big and talk to a girl like that.
Yo, who started calling my phone first?
Okay, cool.
Who started calling my phone first? Come on now,
okay,
baby.
so just so... Okay, I'm not.
Nobody knows what's going on right now. The whole entire chat is confused. To me after the
podcast. That's
okay, so essentially, what it looks like is that his girl called you. You guys had a back and forth, and then your brother got in it. But you could understand why.
All he said was, "Yo, you not gonna talk to my sister like that." I wish I had recorded.
Okay,
because my brother, why would he fight a bitch?
Okay, but see, with that logic, why would he even get on the phone with a bitch, right? That's all I'm saying. I can understand both of your points.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, we were smoking in the car. Phone is on speaker.
Okay.
I tell him everything. I'm like, yo, Gianni, this is what happened today. Like,
Okay, wait. So can we end this here though? Like,
yeah, I would love to.
Can you guys like get it off your chest? Like,
I already said, yeah. My point was her brother's a bitch. You should probably, girls shouldn't look for guys like him.
Okay, and so and the whole body count thing, you're saying that she's lying about that?
Yeah, for sure.
Why am I lying about it?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
I'm trying to figure that out.
As a guy, don't you know it when
what I gotta lie about?
No, I'm saying, like, did she ever tell you her real number, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
The number she told me when I first fucked her is different than the number we're saying now, so it doesn't add up. And I remember her on a podcast coming and saying you were the last body, so it's shit's not adding up.
Okay. All right. Damn.
Because that was true. But you know what? This is just what you get.
That's
all right,
cool.
Girls. Fucking with a dude that just doesn't give a fuck about you. Trying to be nice to somebody who doesn't give a fuck about you. And that's just what it is. A big lesson for everybody. Let
me ask you something. Were you trying to date him? Like, what was the whole?
Like, why I'm finna put my shit out there? Like,
you don't have to. How does a nigga cut you off and then you come to his podcast?
How do
it's cool, guys?
Dude, you know how many times? Exactly.
Let's move on,
this
man.
is so childish.
So real quick,
you are just so childish.
All right, we're gonna move on because there's just so much in there that I don't even know about.
A little boy,
the viewers.
He's 18, right?
I really wish.
He's 18, right?
Bro, he's smaller than you.
Is he 18?
Smaller than fucking you.
Bro, is he a man or not? Is he 18?
So do you want to fight a little boy right now? Like, are you dead ass? Somebody who's younger than you. You have. And with all the knowledge that from this business, this corporation that y'all got, you should know.
Yes, I think he needs to learn respect.
So
I think he needs to learn respect, and you shouldn't talk to a girl that way.
Dude, you think my brother needs to learn respect when you was talking to me the way you was talking to me?
How'd I talk to you?
You call me a bitch, stupid bitch. You said I ain't nothing to you, and I'm a dummy. And you think you deserve respect when you don't give respect? Talk to me. Tell me. Yeah. Do you? Do you deserve that, Basil?
From who? Respect from you? I don't care for
anybody. From anybody. Anybody, dog. Dead ass. Tell me. You think you deserve respect when you disrespecting women like that too?
Yeah, I disrespect you.
No, because a real man gonna respect always, no matter what he's going through. He's gonna have his integrity and he's gonna put his pride to the side and he's gonna do what he has to do. And if that means being the bigger person, I'm more of a bigger person than you, and I can admit that.
Hey, look, I said your brother's a bitch, and then you kept going on.
No, you said more than that, and you know you did. You talked about our relationship, which was crazy because we had that relationship. Bro, if you fucking me, that's a relationship, period. And you was my last body.
No.
And you showed me that fucking with niggas like you is why we need to value ourselves as women, because they'll go through this.
Yeah,
you showed me that, and I thank you for that.
I want to thank Basil.
Your shit, Basil.
I want to thank you for helping her learn that.
This is shit at the podcast. Shit, we do change. We do help.
This is very uncomfortable, and I'm pretty sure
it's very uncomfortable. But not a tear is coming out of my eye because I know what he's doing. He's trying to be he's trying to be funny. He's trying to do all this shit, and that's just embarrassing. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Y'all getting your money from this and all of that.
Yeah, our viewers don't know what's going on either. You gotta understand that.
Everybody is confused.
Yeah, everybody's confused.
And everybody is saying poor Jules.
And poor Jules. Yeah, listen, man.
The camera's pointing right there, and I'm over here.
But I am glad that you guys at least got to talk about this.
That's not even talking about it, Eric. Like, really, do you think that was a real?
No, I think it could have been handled differently.
Exactly.
But
you're a real man.
No, I mean, thank you, I guess. But one thing I will disagree on is you said that a man should not disrespect under any circumstances. I strongly disagree with that. I believe in most of what you said, but I think if a woman is physically abusing a guy or something like that, fuck that shit. Because you said under any circumstances. I just want to clear that out. No, not under any circumstances.
I'll fix that.
But I do understand where you're coming from. I do see where you're coming from. At the end of the day, your brother was protecting you. You're protecting your brother. I get what you're saying, and I don't know the details of what was said. And
he doesn't either, because I'm pretty sure he was not there when that phone call went off. And all the lies, you know what? I kept my mouth shut for a real long time, and just because of who I am, I'm gonna keep it shut.
Okay.
You feel me? Because of who I am.
That's very mature of you. Yeah.
But
so I guess I'm not gonna ask you your thoughts on the show because I don't know.
No,
thoughts on the show are probably pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
Jules, thoughts on the show real quick. Before all this.
You know something that you didn't ask me.
What's up?
That I've been thinking about this entire time. My advice to women that have been through stuff like that. You didn't ask me to give an advice, man.
Okay. Because you're the voice of the chat, so you're always talking for the chat. So what would be your advice for women that are gonna go through similar things? Or
I think my biggest thing, because of the generation that's being brought up now, is do not get peer pressure to do something because everybody else is doing it.
Okay.
Do not go by social media. Do not go by what is going on in the world and how everybody that's famous is shaking ass online and doing all that, and how many people are making money off OnlyFans and being strippers. Do not get peer pressure and do not value what you already have in yourself, because as we grow up as children and as we go to teenagers and growing up in that period, you have that purity into you, and you know what's wrong and right. You know what's wrong and right. So most people do those things because they get influenced by their environment and what they see online every day. Do not get influenced by those things. And if a thought crosses your mind of going that route, try talking to somebody that has already been there.
Yeah.
So you can see that it's not the right way to do it.
Where would you find someone like that?
Oh, you can find
80% of the population is like surrounded by them.
No, I'm saying find somebody because that you might not be surrounded by them. You can go online and talk to a girl that has done OnlyFans or has gone through that type of stuff. You can look videos on YouTube, on podcast groups. There's a lot of stuff you can look at before you do anything like that.
That's easier said than done, though. So
you're just basically saying stay away from social media.
I'm saying do not get peer pressure by social media to fit into that category.
Okay.
You do not have to become everybody else to do something with your life.
I'm really proud of you. You've come a long way since we met. because
You remember the first
She-
From a
podcast?
feminist to a
she
feminist.
used to like really hate the way we thought, and then she started really, because a lot of times when women hear things they don't listen to understand.
Mhm.
But once you start to really pay attention, you're like, you know what, there's some truth to that. This for sure was one of the most animated podcasts.
No, it was not. By far was it.
Animated.
Animated.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
By far was it.
Shout out to Basil for making it
A bit awkward.
but you know what? This panel was amazing. I want to thank you guys
Attention
for your time. You guys were great. Thank you for the chat, for donations. Thank you for watching us. We appreciate you guys.
Thank
We
you to the
love
new members.
to the new
Don't
members.
forget to
We'll see you
like and
tomorrow.
subscribe.
And this
Who
won't
is that,
happen
XM?
again, by the way. Zia.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Make
Bye,
sure
All right,
you
guys. Have a good
make
night.
her a
Peace.
moderator.
I would have touched you with a fucking stick. Oh shit, no. Bro, the pasta one, bro. Yo,